we go back? I have money. I can pay you. Oh. Wait. Is that where we're going? I mean, that place looks amazing.
Woo! Hey everybody, it's Deluxe. It's my favorite holiday up and coming on Tuesday, Halloween. For those of you that in the States, it's where all the ghouls and stuff come out. So I try to keep it to one show a year. I know it's not everybody's flavor, but it's definitely mine. All right, so this is the thing I've been competing with. I've got a lot of 4-1s. I still have not broke a 5-0 with this list. I've gotten a few 3-2s, and last night I got my first 2-3. More on that in a bit. That's why my sideboard changed. Anyway, there's the deck list there. Thank you, Shiraz and Chimpskey, Bacon Master. Everybody's in the house nice and early. So I cut one land from the original build, 16. You can win a lot with one land in this list. We've got 4 dens, and the rest are just basic plains. We've got the cool new artwork, courtesy of Franz Vohwinkel, with Ornithopter here, the little Da Vinci-esque look there. And so, another side note, I've got the computer in the other room. I got these new cables, and so I can run it at full speed. So hopefully there won't be any sort of visual issues. I was running it in quiet mode, and so sometimes that made my mouse stutter a little bit, and a few fans chimed in about that, which I very much appreciate, and so now the show got better. So we got 4 Ornithopters, 4 Gingerbrutes, very big MVP here. These guys are very good against Prismatic Strands for obvious reasons. I run 4 Bonesplitters in this, very, very controversial almost, because you think, oh, why don't you run Ethereal Armor? We don't want to go too heavy in the paint with that. And with such a heavy removal metagame, I wanted things like this and the Sentinel's Eyes that just keep coming back. So you can kind of use them as almost a bait tactic. They zap them. Okay, well, it's here next turn, whereas Ethereal Armor is a one of. And although very superior in some situations, I found the Bonesplitter to just be more on theme. I always like seeing it. Creature package, we got the Benevolent Bodyguards, our Healer's Hawk, 4 Umbras, 4 Sacred Cats, 4 Sentinel's Eyes. And if we do a little math here, we can move over to All That Glitters, the main hard hitting card of the deck. We got 4 Bodyguards with the other Bodyguards with the Benevolent Blessing. I'm sorry, I meant to say. We can really kind of keep out of our opponent's nasty colors, and 4 Vault Skirge. So we've got this, and where is it? This. Technically, that's 12 creatures with lifelink, which is like a free spell if you think about it. That was the whole genesis of this idea. It started off as kind of a heroic, and I just kept trying to find cards that did double duty, and this is a lot of card for 1 mana. In our sideboard, we've got 1 Loran's Escape. I really wanted to run 2, but I just found this is pretty good against Journeys, and that's about it. There's some other times, it can save you from a Ashes to Ashes. That's crucial and such. We've got 4 Orim's Cure. This, along with this, is the only reason this beats Red. Believe it or not, even with all this life gain, Red can still be a problem. I actually lost my second game ever to it last night, bringing me to, I think, 21-2 against Red. It happens. We got the Strands I already talked about. We got, this is I lost last night also to some sort of dredge deck. It wasn't the zombie one. It was the pingers, with the old school one. And then also I got away from this thinking I'm just going to beat them too fast, and it just doesn't. I just needed the Macabres in here. So there's a last minute addition, as was this. So the bad matchups here, I'm really tempted to not even mention this because we all know Mtmentat reigns in the house. Thank you for joining me. So yeah, my card frame is going to be banned. I'm very hesitant to mention this because we all know the history of this show. If I say beware of Nimbus Clouds, then we will see the first card that comes out from our opponent will be Nimbus Clouds, right? That being said, I'm going to just qualify that. Walls, gates, and elves, rarely see elves, are the hard decks for this. So I was noticing that this is kind of an MVP against that. Whereas, all what do you call Freed from the Real has to target this. We've got Gates, the Basilisk Gate has to target this. Try not to overboard this and bring it in against other stuff, but just a really good card to have in tow. So anyway, yeah, the deck pretty much works. This might look like overkill, but Vigilance with when you have like a first strike 7/7 Vigilant lifelink and it's protected from the removal color, it's just good game, and it happens a lot. So we're going to run over here, and hopefully we can prove what I was just talking about and go from there with our nice high-speed new connection there. So, woo, good times. Yeah, anyway. So, yeah, I got a new studio set up, got different, the lighting's kind of back to where it was, really simplified a lot of things, and actually using my work monitor in my edit bay and then channeling that out to the other computer. And so it's nice and big over here. I mean, you guys will still see the same stuff, but for me, I'm just like a kid in a candy store over here, just going like, woo. So, yeah, the Umbra's a nice little insurance card. It kind of acts like a Benevolent Bodyguard or Benevolent Blessing 0.5. Like, obviously you want one of these out so that you can protect your investment. But another reason I really like 4 Sentinel's Eyes and 4 Bonesplitters is that whole Mother May I with when you run into removal and such like that. So anyway, we will say yes to this. We have quite a bit of flood here. I think I'm going to throw this one back. We've got 3 creatures. We're in top deck mode, but if we don't draw anything of substance, I'm going to throw that back. Okay, we've got a glitter package. We've got the bodyguard. I'll keep this one. I know it seems a little awkward. We'll throw back a brute. Say done. Always worried that we're up against mountains these days. So with this hand, I think I might lean on bodyguard first, Scourge second. Hopefully we just top deck a plains. Obviously, if it's not red, then we will regret this play. But given the percentages of the metagame right now, I got to go with my gut. What is the stack doing way down here? Come on now. Woo! All right. So yeah, Thopter Deluxe. It used to have the 5th Thopter and the Thopter. I used to have one of those in this. If you go back in our video history long enough, darn it, I should have led with the other thing. I guess it doesn't really matter. Gingerbrute might be the MVP here if I can call blue on it and keep the haste action going. Ooh, Chimpskey on the spot with that. All right. So here we go. And let's hope for Ancient Den. Let's do the positive mindset. Woo! At least we're not seeing any green across from us, right? Alrighty, well, I've seen better, I've seen worse. I'm not quite sure. You know what? I'll play the Scourge out. Let's do that. We've got a protection suite here. I'll just pass. I'm not going to call the bluff there. Who knows? We're probably up against Snap, although the snow-covered implies that there is a scred on the way, right? Let's see if we can be prophetic about that, or pathetic. Here we go. Found a really cool YouTuber. Goes by the name of Vice Grip Garage. I'm not a car guy. My brother is, and when I was visiting up north, he takes these completely wrecked cars sat in the weeds for like 30, 40 years and just gets them drivable and drives them back across the country. But his mannerisms and his because I know nothing about cars and nor do I care, but his mannerisms and everything just make everything worth watching. All right, we'll throw this out here. We'll go get our life back. Might as well attack here. I got Vigilance. We can stay away from snaps, but I think I'm just going to let that ninja keep hitting us in hopes that we can just drop a blessing and maybe call blue, and then we can stop the attack shenanigans from happening for good. We'll see. Bodyguards are a pain. They're the spell that hits for 1. Protect target creature indefinitely, and they take 1 damage every turn in an ideal situation. Yeah, we're going to let this go. It's a little reckless to block here because, our bodyguard goes on the stack, they snap it, and then we're really, really, really in a bad spot. As we probably are even here. This is why I really like having things like Sacred Cats we're Spellstutter Sprite Bait here. I think if I draw a land, the correct play might be hold the plane back, play Cat, it gets countered with a Sprite, drop Brute, swing. Maybe not swing, because that'll be 2 sprites. So maybe swing first. That might be the better call. Dang it. All right. Well, I lose that land. It costs us sometimes. Trying to think what they're most likely to count. Well, like I said, we're going to attack first because it just seems to be the right thing to do. I'm always torn because so many games you'll lose with that, the one land. You'll win a lot too, depending on your draw, but all you need is 2. And 17, man, I got flooded a lot. So cutting that last one allowed me to fit in that last little Bonesplitter. I'm going to lean on this because we can just play it uncounterable next turn. Here comes a Sprite. Oh, even better. Cool. Always dealing with quality over card draw here. We don't have much card draw at all. Here comes a whole lot. They're going to draw 3 cards extra this turn. So getting behind pretty early, but our Vault Skirge keeping us in it. We just need 1 spell and we should be good. Yeah, I'll block that. Sure. We'll get out of Fairyland here. Unless he's got some mutagenic trick. Yeah, there it is. Well, this is unfortunate. I guess I got to pull this and we'll probably walk right into a snap. Or not. Hopefully not. All right. Cool. Well, we make them take 2 regardless. As we just kind of indefinitely hold at this life total. With 2 blessings, if I draw a land, I think the correct play might be Blessing EOT, Blessing main. Just see if I can get them to bite on that counter. Boink. There we go. All right. Well, speak of the devil, we know they got a counter at this stage. Now, the other option here is to bring out Sacred Cat Brute. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go like this. In case they've got an EOT snap, I can at least Blessing and just, be free of worry there. So even here, if they snap or the next spell that gets countered, our Sentinel's Eyes is going to come back on top of the cat. So we'll be able to keep things going. And now keep in mind we would be at 12 life right now, and it'd be a race. Lifelink is just, especially with Vigilance, it's so burly. Come on, EOT, do something, dang it. Eagles of the North. Yeah, it slows down way too much. I definitely looked into that card, but yeah, not the best. When Spellmaster's Bright enters the battlefield, you may pay 2. If you do, tap target creature an opponent controls. Should we try it now? We might as well. If they had Snap, I think they would have used it instead of that. We'll do this. This probably brings out a Sprite. Oh, wow. Well, that's like good game. Unless they've just got a Mountain Scred right after this. I did not expect that. You always think that they've got it, but sometimes they don't. There we go. Bye-bye, Ninja Man. They probably got another ninja in hand since they didn't have this spell stutter sprite, as I stutter to say it. Woo! All right, Ninja. Meet your maker, sucker. Tough call here. We can kind of be a little reckless here. Do they have a snap for their own ninja and then they bring it back? That'd be interesting. Did they just click through the accidental? Oh, no, they just have another ninja. That's fine. Still getting the 1 spell. Looks like they're representing counter magic, which we'll make them make good on. We could always Sacred Cat Brute here. Really want to draw an Ancient Den here. Okay, that's about as... Now, here's the deal. We're going to act like... We're gonna play this and just hope that they think we're stuck on this 1 mana, right? So we're gonna play this out. We're at 20 life, guys. We've been hit like 6 or 7 times. Pretty crazy. All right, I'm gonna go for it because there's nothing to lose, really. They can't snap it. All right, cool. That's like GG right there. I'm gonna keep Gingerbrute back. I don't know why. Just feels like a good move. Maybe they got a curfew. Maybe they're playing some weird stuff. Who knows? Obviously, they would have done that first. But this is how this deck goes, I mean, we're stuck at 1 land. Life gain just really keeps it in it. And against red, it's just ridiculous. And what do you do here? You can't really attack. I gain 7 if you attack, and you lose a permanent. So I'm saying I'm really, really stuck on this list. I really like it. This is Fae, which I did not expect to see. I'm very happy about that. I like not expecting things. I don't think we need to change anything. Maybe 1 Loran's Escape for 1 Umbra. I think that's about as reckless as we want to get. Prismatic Strands, so necessary at 4. I tried 3, did not like it. Red is a thing. Yeah, and like I said, it can help with some random stuff there. So we're sitting back to Spellstutter Sprite. The good news is they've only got 4 of those, and we've got a whole legion of things that it can counter. So we're going to run this back. Actually, let's do this Superstitious Shuffle. We'll go like this, this, and this. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Pauper again on Saturdays. I was off last week doing the whole Halloween thing up in the woods. Having a good old time. Had a great time. Okay. I like this hand quite a bit, actually. Yeah. We're going to keep this. Wow, I really think the Bonesplitter might be the play there. PauperRBust in the house. Good to see you there. So I believe... Oh, and we might be there right now, but we're like 1 or 2 subs away from 8,000 YouTube subscribers. So thank you very much for spreading the word, everybody, and doing all that stuff. Appreciate it. All right, Bonesplitter is incredibly valuable in this matchup, so much so that I think I'm going to lean on bringing that out with the Thopter over playing 2 creatures. I think that's the right angle. Hopefully we just top deck a land. I keep saying that. Why did I cut one? Well, after 2 lands, it's just you don't ever want to see one again. So I've seen some heroic lists go down to like 14 lands before, and they've 5-0'd. So I'm like, you know what? I'm due. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. We'll do this. Cast it for 0, right? Old habit. I'm going to bring out Bonesplitter. Can't counter it right now, and we're good to go. We've got a ninja blockage here. So, I mean, a mutagenic could send us packing, but we'd still be able to, get a brute online, pro blue it, and that sort of thing. Again, I make some stultifying lists out there, ladies and gents. All right. You guys liking the lighting better than last few weeks? Been working on it. Working on a lot of stuff. Good times, good times. It's very suspect if I don't equip this and swing. But I think EOT Blessing is the way I'm going to rock this. That's going to be our blocker for the rest of the game, especially if we get vigilance on it. This is usually if I'm texting my opponent, I'd say, oops, like, I click through my turn or something. What did you got? It's kind of obvious what we're on. Instead of letting them pull into it, I'm gonna pull this now. Throw blast. I almost clicked on their fairy there. They got the counter. We'll see. Yep, that's fine. It's kind of pseudo time walk. I mean, it's a bit of a stretch to say that. It's probably not what they wanted to do that turn. Now, if I top deck anything that's relevant, I can play it, including all my life dudes and stuff like that. So, alrighty. Well, that's enough lands for the rest of my life. Let's bring up... I guess we bring the critter out. I want to equip this. And we'll bring out this dude. I'm going to attack with Gingerbrute here. I don't want fairies to get a little too numerous here. And I think this is a strange trade because they're going to have to lose one attacking enemy to activate a ninja here. So I don't mind this, especially with another one in our hand. This is great. They've got to have like a snap attack ninja to kind of stay in this. And even that, we've got the Bonesplitter on the Sacred Cat. We get our life back +1. Light looks good, except for a bit too much sign for my forehead. Yeah, that's me being bald. I mean, I've got the options here, guys. I can just, I'll show you what the next level's like. Watch this. Boop. It's a little too dark, I think, like this, right? I don't know. I kind of like it here. I do a little check. Actually do a screen record, and you know me, Mr. Aesthetics, I'm all about the look of stuff. Always caring about that. All right, there we go. Our little idea came through perfectly. Okay, that's cool. What's most likely to get countered here? Probably this. Let's try this out. Anybody else like the darker look I just showed a second ago? Snap. Well, that's unfortunate. Good news is Ornithopter cost 0. So that's like, normally that's kind of a big, oh no, but it's like big deal, right? Okay, there's that. I guess we'll play the Ornithopter. I'll play the land because the spell snare is a thing, The spell making happener. Let's go here. Bloop. All looks the same to me. I also like the darker look. All right, the crowd has spoken. Let's do the darker look. It is Halloween after all. Boo! Thank you for that input, everybody. We'll do this. What do you do here? I gain 4 life. It's got first strike, and then I throw the Bonesplitter onto the Ornithopter, which is another reason, another way to use that extra mana. Boop. Like I said, it seems every league I play, I run into either walls, elves, or what was the other one? Gates. And gates, I always feel like I got this. They're at 4 life, and then their own Sacred Cat, you know, becomes like an 8/8, and you know, there's only so many Prismatic Strands you can bring in. So we're in top deck mode here. I've already seen a snap, which I'm really worried about. Really want to get another Benevolent Blessing or even a Bodyguard. But at this point, you know, we're kind of playing Mother May I with Spellstutter and company. But I've already seen one drop. There's only so many counters. Yeah, I saw Chimpskey's beard courtesy of, Shirazamon's beard courtesy of Chimpskey sending me the email 2 weeks ago. And that's some impressive wild growth you got there, my friend. Insert mana, whatever reference explosion here, right? We'll keep the mystery card back. We're just going to keep doing our thing here. Yeah, he sent me the pic. I was going to show it on the show, but I'm like, you know what? Maybe he doesn't want that. So, but if everybody wants it, let me know if you'd be cool with that, because I'm sure everybody's kind of curious. Yeah, it's quite the before and after. We could put it at the top of the show, you know, where I put like the fan comments and stuff like that. Ornithopter's a hell of a card. 0 mana, stopping everything from happening. They're probably holding 2 ninjas in hand and maybe another annul. Woo, good times. All right, there's a seer checking out the future. Pretty cool little wings there, little peacock action. Good times. I am tempted to just label this the best white deck, because if you're just going to run white, I am convinced at this metagame, at this juncture, just like my best black deck, it's a damn good choice. You know what? I am going to look to see game log. What did they do? Scry 2, 0 top, 2 bottom. I like that. Okay, so we know they don't have any immediate tricks in tow. Vault Skirge. That's a good time. I wonder if I should attack first or second. Let's do here first. First strike's a thing. A lot of good matchups. The Terra matchup's very good, Memphit Rain. I obviously, especially mono blue, you just call blue, you got a Vigilance 6/6 with lifelink. What are they going to do? Once in a while, you get caught with curfew in the leagues I've played, but usually with Ornithopter and the cat and everything. I mean, we're at 32-8 right now. It's just good times. All right, we're soon to go to 30. Let's tap everything. Think for a beat. Untap. Think better of it. Tap. Think again. And now we've come to our conclusion, right? Because it's just so hard to decide whether it's a land or that. Like, we're trying to get them to, like, please bite on this. Obviously, okay, that's fine. Nope. Looks like they maybe just have a really counter-heavy hand here. We'll throw this on here so the fairies die. They're going to have to start making a choice if they don't find their snappage. Yeah, Terra matchup's actually one of the better ones. But again, just like red, you know, the top decks, they have a way of getting there no matter how much hate you bring. If you mulligan 2-3 times and they have it, I mean, I'm not telling tales out of school. Everybody knows that. But I just like to qualify that. So, you know, sometimes I can be a bit heavy on the hyperbole, especially if it's, you know, a deck I'm wild about like this one. And I'm definitely way in the plus column with this one. But like I said, just last night I went 2-3. It's the very last match, and it was only the second time I've lost a burn. I just drew land after land after land. It was really frustrating. How good would Lauren's escape feel right now, right? All right, that's a den and a half. We're going to just keep doing the thing here. We'll keep gaining 4 life. I could have paid for it. I didn't even notice that. Doesn't it do it twice, though? Yeah. Could have paid for this turn, not last turn, because I was only at 3 left over. Bonk. All right. They're going to have to make some tough decisions next turn. Obviously, they don't have Snap yet. I think they think we have Benevolent Blessing. Waiting for them to tap. But look at this. We got 6 mana to their 3. That's what I'm talking about. The one drawback of this list is Flood, and so lost way more games than I have. Like I said, I've won many games with 1 mana. You get that Vigilance on a stick. It's good times. All right, we're probably running into a Mutagenic here, which I don't care about. We'll do that. Here comes the Ninja. Down goes that. Not quite sure about this move. I guess they get a blocker this way, but if we top deck either a Bodyguard or Benevolent Blessing, the game's over. And still, we're just at such a healthy life total, it's ridiculous. That's one dangerous cat. Woo! Yeah, now their spell snares are just dead. Is that the card? I keep messing that up. The one that makes you pay 2. Non-creature spell, pay 2. Is that Spell Snare? I gotta just put that card, just tape it up here. It's one of those ones I always forget. Woo! Spell Pierce. That's right. Butter Ghost with the knowledge of the cat. All right, this is good times. Well, we can just attack for the win here, right? They got to block both? Nah, I won't do that. Gosh dang it, deck. Come on now. Trying to do the thing, you know. Well, I guess we'll get our life back. Tempted to block that ninja. I ain't going to do it, though. Man, so much mana. Be cool to even have like a, you know, our Sentinel's eyes there so we could keep up pretenses. But if they just have a bunch, this looks very counter heavy with a null and lose focus. We've already seen hardcore counterspell the first matchup. So there's that. I guess we'll do this. Keep our little mystery card back, courtesy of Therese Nelson. Dreamer Stingo missing in action. Oh. And Chimpskey's taking attendance here. Not something I've got the brain power to pull off. Come on over, Ninja. Yeah, you know, it's tempting to block here, but they need a lot of help. We're still at 34 life. I mean, they could be drawing answers and snap and stuff. We know they've probably got at least one way to counter something. Definitely by now. Good news is they've got to use that mana to play a creature at this stage, or we just attack for the win. All right, cool. It's usually the way this goes. It's such a high life total there. It's just hard to come back from. So I'll just jump in here and let's see how this dude's doing. Heartman. Woo! Hope that wasn't who we were facing. I should have read the name out loud to make sure. Okay. Hopefully the gleam on my head is a little less. And here we go. Perfect hand. Protection. We got everything. All right, we'll keep this. Very tempted to run out that hawk early. I think the right move might be cat, then next turn bodyguard hawk in case we're up against red. I really like them to use removal on the sacred cat first. You were here last week. Yeah, I warned y'all. All right, opponent, we'll give you to the bottom of the minute here. Can't be that big of a decision. Okay. Yeah, let's... I lied. I'm going to lead off with a hawk. Let's go. I like to start the life link early and often. Remember when that card broke, I was like, wow, that is a lot for 1 mana. You know, you think of your typical heroic decks, right? They spend an entire 4 of their... Or not 4, maybe 2 of their 60... for a spell called lifelink. It's like, well, you could just brew around it and have like 12 of them built in. Actually, 16 of them, if you count the cat twice. That's like another free spell. That's what I mean. The density of quality with white creatures has always been what white's been known for. So use it. Quit using crap. All right, cool. We got a little reprieve from the removal governor here. Let's hope that we draw a Benevolent Blessing. Just pretty much any enchantments. We got enough creatures. All right, that's cool. We'll throw this out there just for fodder. Bring this out. Bring out the dude. And sure, bring out the Thop. We'll attack for 2 here. We've got Bodyguard backup. If we draw too much mana, I can keep... Maybe that Gingerbrute will be the hero of the song here, just because we're probably looking at some Skyfishers and Glinthawks in our future. Bum, bum, bum. Keep your finger away from the F6 button with this. Come on now. What do we got? Got a little stained glass action going on. Good times. Again, thank you, YouTubers out there. Remember to like and subscribe. Boy, I've had we're going to let that go. So amazing, this journey. And I remember being at like 200 subs, and now we're up to 8,000. So that's pretty awesome. All right. I figured that was coming. We'll do that. Keep our life-making happeners staying alive. Say red. Suggests they don't have a cannonade in hand or breath weapons, so coast is clear. Let's really it's tough with Boros because some builds are just all red, which are most for the efficiency, but then sometimes they sneak in a few Journey to Nowheres and they can take out your anti-red dude. So that kind of blows. I'm gonna go all in here. If they got a cannonade effect, we're really in deep, but this is an aggro deck for a reason. I'm not going to sit back and wait forever, right? Let's go. Everything from a Bonesplitter to any enchantment's going to be awesome here. Even, the Vigilance dude, because, we can keep bringing it back with Gingerbrute and Bodyguard in the yard there. But the next 8K, well, you're right, Dreamer Stingo. I tell you, that first 1K was like pulling teeth. I was like, what am I doing wrong? But ever since, yeah, it's been get about 4 subs a day on average. So that's pretty impressive for me. I mean, a lot of people will just laugh all the way to the bank on that one. But I've been a grassroots city, no fake accounts and that kind of stuff. Just word of mouth. And I ain't planning on going anywhere anytime soon. So get used to my bald self. Wow, we got all kinds of colors. A little worried about this. Very glad we got Gingerbrute in tow because this feels like they're going to drop either initiative or what do you call the Monarch. In the meantime, we're gaining about 2 life a turn. I like this a lot. I think this is probably the wisest choice here. Let's go. Boop. Man, considered that on Brute just because we can pop it for 3 life, but I'd rather just be, we're almost more than halfway there with 1 swing with the Hawk here. So are there any of your sons still YouTubing? No, Chimpskey. I was just telling my wife, it's so funny. My oldest, if you go to our little tab on YouTube where, we share other channels. Okay, we got to let this go. Quick survey of the battlefield. I do not have a bodyguard. Okay, let that go. Anyway, he went all in for 1 summer playing, I think it was NBA 2K, and had like almost 10,000 plus subscribers. And I'm like, oh my God, I've been at this for almost a decade now, and I'm still 2,000 under my boy. But, Magic's this big, and Pauper's this big, and then the people that know our show is this big. So, again, thank you to all of you for sharing the love over the years. And that sort of thing. All right, we're always going to throw that on Sacred Cat because it can come back, and so it doesn't feel like a 1-for-1 removal. Because same with Bonesplitter, this just keeps coming back. So that's another reason. So let's say we draw Bonesplitter right now. How good does that feel? Sometimes you just got it, people. How good does that feel versus an Ethereal Armor? Because you're like, Ethereal Armor, zap, you're out a creature and a great spell, whereas these just keep coming back. So we'll chew up our yard here. Go like this. They kill it, that's fine, we bring it back. Kill it. There's this weird psychology here where people are like, oh yeah, okay, I'm going to kill it. It's like, all right, that's cool, because Sentinel's Eyes and the cat will be back. Cool. That's cool. Yep. I could bring this back right now. I'm not gonna though. I'll just do this. And we'll come in. You know what? I think I'm going to throw that on the Ornithopter. I want that to be targeted over the Gingerbrute. This has so much late game value here. I'm going to do this. And my youngest, he only YouTubed for when he was 6 or 7, and he played Diablo 2 or something with this editing program that had the burn in thing. But it's so cute to hear his little voice back then, because as you all know, my youngest Sapphire, who's a crazy good Magic player now, but at about 14 or 15, his voice dropped in 2 weeks, and it's very deep. And so it's neat to hear the juxtaposition of his very, as a father would say, very cute little voice. 9 to 25 feels like it's about to turn, right? This is when they just start, 1 breath weapon, they're back in it. That's why I kind of want to leave my cat in the yard. Something dies here. Considered the Darksteel Axe. It's just not worth the mana investment there. All right, my prediction looks like it's coming true. That Gingerbrute's going to be kind of MVP. I really hope to stick all that glitters on it, because we haven't really seen much removal outside of red. So I think that's Chimpskey on the keys, man. Thank you, my friend. Limbas. Are they going to play it? Please play the Limbas. Tap out, please. That would be very nice. If they don't play the Lembas, it's almost positive they either have a cast down or, yeah, they've got another red removal spell. Not quite sure how I should treat that. I believe I could throw the Sentinel's Eyes on Ornithopter and get some value out of that. Let's see what we draw here. All right, that's pretty good. I'm not sure if cats... We're not running into like edict effects here, so I think I might want to burn a cat here. Burn a cat. Burn a cat. I'm going to do it. We're going to burn our cat and the hawk. Do this. Boop. If he's got it, he's got to target the thing I don't really care too much about, but it stops... Look at this, you know. This is a 3/3 flyer against a 2/3. Good times. Haste. Coming in for half their life, if you do math like me. What you got? Let's go. My name is Evasion. I am Wrath. Ah! Something's going down here. Sentinel's Eyes will come back. Cast down it is, I bet. Boink! See, had to target our silly creature. All our stuff can come back. Good times. We still hit for 1. Can be 3 every turn, 4 next turn if we want to, because this Skirge probably won't live long. I got to say a little MVP mention to the Vault Skirge. Against, you know, black decks, everything is snuff out these days. You see a swamp, you see, you know, fetch land, any sort of Dimir style. That's how quiet it is. The computer's over 25 feet away from me in 2 rooms with 2 doors between us, so I've got it running at full tilt. Anyway, so many times if you are playing against like Dimir serpents and such, you really want to favor the Vault Skirge on your opening 7. Throw that Bonesplitter on, throw everything on it, because that game 1 especially, they're leaning way too hard in the paint with Snuff Out, and that is a black creature, so keep that in mind, everyone. Restveil Bridge. They're drawing cards that say draw cards, draw more cards that say draw cards. In the meantime, we are playing stuff that can't be blocked or gains life or does multiple things. So that's pretty cool. We got the Respect. Do not have removal. That's what that turn signifies. What could they have? Just another land, maybe, I would think. All right. Well, we've got a... we'll make this unblockable. We'll make the cookie hold an axe. How would you like to see that, right? Little ginger arms and a huge heavy axe just snap right at the shoulders in real life. But we're not playing real life. We're playing Magic. Magical things happen. So if they zap this, I'll throw that Skirge right on there and trade with the Skyfisher. This is fine. All right, cool. Watch this. We still got options. We could Sentinel's Eyes it, but I'm just going to offer a trade up here. They're hellbent. I don't mind doing this. We got more stuff with our eyes in the yard. We're going to top deck some stuff. We got Ornithopter in tow. So this is my way of removing creatures. I used to run 4 journeys, then 3, then 2 in the sideboard. And in the end, I just got rid of them. Prismatic Strands and combat math just takes the cake. And the problems and the reason I was bringing in journeys were things like Axebane Guardian or Timberwatch Elf or all these things that Standard Bearer takes care of organically. That makes any sense. Yeah, I'm so close to throwing Flare Husk in this list. It just doesn't have evasion, and there's not enough mana usually to 2 to equip is a lot. So as you can see, Sentinel's Eyes is back, Bonesplitter's back. You know, how dead would we be if this was Ethereal Armor? And that was the conclusion. I had 4 and 5 pages of notes on this list, and yeah, there was 1 hash mark to every 7 that I regretted having it. So that was a bummer. All right, again. Hopefully this synthesizer doesn't show up with more tricknology. Let's open this up. But again, we're going to have a 3/3 Ornithopter against a 2/2 flyer. Galvanic Blast. Gosh darn it. There it is. Bang. Now we're regretting getting rid of that cat, right? It's gone. Down comes the goods. This is where we can get out qualityed at this stage. Usually our life gains enough, but we really need to top deck... what would be good here? Just about any flyer. Actually, an Ornithopter is a really good draw here. Don't like that. Feels like this is getting away from us now. That top deck, or I should say synth into Galvanic Blast was a killer. We would have had to force a trade with a 3/3 against a 2/2 in the scenario there. So that's frustrating. Can draw a few too many tricks at this stage of the game. The other day, or just last night by the other day, I was playing red in the 3rd game, and I had him at like 3 life, and he ended up killing all my creatures, and I was at like 28 life or something, and I drew 5 tricks in a row. I was like, Captain Vlad Tepes in the house. Holy crap. It's tier 1 for 33 months. Woo! All right. Nothing like having the father of vampires on your side. Thank you, my friend. We got some spooky stuff. A little warning to you if you're a little squeamish. We've got our fake horror movie spoof that Shirazaman loves and helped me create. We made like a fake horror film festival with a lot of our goods. Yeah, we really need Gingerbrute here. And there's a lot of fake blood in it and just super gory, just in Rakdos style. So I always like to kind of warn people before I show that. That is up and coming. It is a Halloween show after all. So today's stuff, if you're new to the show, this is not some, even though I have Faerie Macabres, this is not some macabre show all the time, even though I would like it to be. But once a year, we kind of lean heavy that way. And yeah, coming out of my tomb for Halloween. There you go. Captain Vlad, yeah. If you're a big fan of the show, about 3-4 years ago, I used to do the entire October all Halloween shows, and I think I really wore some people out, especially if you're kind of like, Hollow what? All right, this is when my list starts sucking. We're just going to keep that back for curiosity's sake. Fourth land's not going to do anything for us. We're not up against blue, so we don't have to pay for stuff. Might as well keep them guessing. Make them think that we got some disruption making happener going on here. I keep calling things. So that car guy I was talking about, not that I'm into cars, but he's got the funniest lingo, and he calls the engine the power barn, and he calls like spark plugs the lightning making happeners. So it's just kind of addictive. So if you hear me say like the counter making happener, that's what I'm talking about. It's forced ignorance. Tonight in our local cinema, says Chimpskey, we're having a horror double bill. Talk to Me and The Evil Dead Rise. Cool that you brought that up, Chimpskey. I don't know if anybody's going to make the commute out to the Netherlands, but my son and wife went out to see Five Nights at Freddy last night. Surprisingly, very good film, they said. And I've heard that from a few people. It's like just a straight up good movie, even if you don't know the horror genre and the gaming and stuff. My kids kind of grew up with it. All right, this is really, I know it's 8 to 24. We all know where this is headed, though. They've already got, oh, all right. Well, that gives us a little ray of hope, but that suggests they have another bolt behind it. You've been quite the proprietor of that little theater. I should say the cheerleader of that. I know you oftentimes, if Nim's not here, he's doing some little community thing for the local theater there. As his almost man-child Nims, we all remember as a little boy. Last time I asked him how old he was, I was shocked. That always happens, though. Going to see all my friends at the Halloween festival last weekend, which is why I wasn't here. I remember this little girl being about 4 years old, and she was like 14 now, and I'm like, oh my God, that's where my hair went. Hopeless Nightmare, another good reason to hold these lands, right? Yep, this is getting away from us. This will be our first loss. I'm about to write it even. We'll call this Mardu for obvious reasons. It is kind of neat that the color combinations have words, right? That's almost useless against us. Watch, we're going to top deck a Sacred Cat, right? Even then, we can force them to trip it with Sentinel's Eyes. Not force them to trip it, but all right, this is over. Concede 2 lands, top deck. There's our loss. Let's go. This is just removal galore. We've seen cast down in that. Don't believe white's even being used here. Okay, Cure's going to come in for sure. We're going to treat this a little bit like a red deck. This is such an underplayed card. Be careful, though, if you have a Den out. It doesn't work early on. So fun against red decks to drop an early Healer's Hawk. They use 3 mana spell, zap, and you tap it, and you say no. And then you throw a Benevolent Blessing on it the next turn, and the shenanigans ensue. It's good times. So they're probably going to bring in a lot of Artifact Ruiners. I love Gingerbrute here, but I think I can cut 2 of these. We need to cut... man, I just like all this stuff. I could probably lose a cat. Want to make some room for these. I just love Sentinel's Eyes. Normally, spell in this list, it's just MVP. If you can get this, the combo lock of the... we've got 8, bodyguard spells, so it should be good times. Do I go down one more? I think I do. Let's try that. There's so many ways to block that. Let's do a little superstition here. Go like this. Nothing beats that. Here we go. Halloween special burgers. Yeah, I must put some like scary hot sauce on that, right? All right, let's open up the yards here. It is Halloween after all. It's Halloween without a graveyard. We love this hand. Woo! We're going to keep this. I'm going to lean really heavy on Vault Skirge. I'm going to play chicken, and I'll lean on Healer's Hawk. We can technically call red and black eventually. I'm anticipating that they have, oops, not that, this, that they have come into play tap land here. And if they don't, we're all right. All right. Yeah, the only sound in this room other than my voice is the ceiling fan above. Okay, my vision has come true. Since we're not up against blue, it might make more sense to just wait on this spell to be a thing. Ooh, yeah, I like this play. We'll just attack, pass, blessing no matter what. Because they might have a cast down here. You know what? I think we blessing now. Let's just pull red. I just don't want any drama. They might play, you know, a furnace there, and we EOT that, and they have an answer, so they're tapped out. I'm going to hope that they don't have cast down here. You know, it might play the best play here, especially if they have it come in and play tap land, might be the blessing on black and then glitters. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. That's the problem with coming in and play tap lands. You've got that little hiccup. So we're protected from, we haven't seen any edict effects, so I'm going to just pretend that there aren't any, but that's not going to stop. If I draw a land, I'll definitely drop that cat. All right. You know, this is, you know, should I wait though? Because now we are foolproof, right? And it might cost them their whole turn with cast down. But if they play land pass, then I've wasted my turn. So I'm going to actually just, I know this looks really slow, but this is just almost unbeatable if this happens. If they don't have an edict effect, you know. Yeah, I'm not going to hold up blessing for the, just because if they pass, I'm just dead in the water. Now I can just play all that glitters, and hopefully I draw a land, and so I can cat glitter so that if they do top deck a edict, which we haven't seen any edict effects, I don't think I would play them either in a list with this many, and especially seeing sacred cats and ornithopters. Even if you had them main, I think you might take those out. Yeah, it's a risk. And you're playing aggro. You can't play it like a control deck. Got to go all in here. All right. Show me a cast down. That'd be hilarious. I mean, imagine a creature that was just with these stats, right? Look at that. Pretend that blue is black ink. Protection from black. Protection from red. Flying. Lifelink. What the hell? Is this like a super rare? There we go. Dead card. And we're gaining life too. Oh, no journey. The basic planes got me a little worried. I know they have it for probably, what do you call dust to dust. So we really want another basic planes here. But as it sits now, if we draw another den, I might not even play it. Yeah, Crown of Awe is one of those cards. Cool. This is like optimal here. We throw on glitters. We could throw on eyes. We're not gonna. We're gonna throw out a cat. Play it safe. Boop. Next turn, we just kind of win. And if we get like a bodyguard, it's not the greatest because then we would have to, sacrifice 4. The bodyguard glitters, double blessing just to keep something alive. So a lot of times in a scenario like that, I just let it go. There we go. We locked him out of the color, which is very common with this list. Again, what's neat is so many people do that. They bring in like this, I almost shouldn't say this because I love when it happens, but they bring in all their dust to dust and everything. Okay, you're going to get an Ornithopter, maybe a Bonesplitter. It's not really going to, that's one of the ways I design this, where it's just this teeter-totter of like, I'm not really an enchantment list, I'm not really an artifact list, but everything kind of works. There's enough good stuff there. Really like Orim's Cure. I think this is too slow of a deck to really worry about Strands. I just want to do a little once over here and make sure I'm not being, yeah, I think we're good here. Let's go. Always careful when you cut those Ornithopters. It can really cost you some tempo, even though they seem so inferior compared to the rest of the list. Woo! Thanks for joining me, everybody. All right. Well, we've got a Bodyguard and a Skirge, and we're on the draw. I do believe this is a keep. Got to be careful of playing this and this if we see white early because, you know, if you just keep one artifact out there, Dust to Dust is a dead card. We're going to lean on keeping this. I know this is game 3. It's really chancy, but I've got quite a few spells here. You guys liking the list? I sure do. All right. So they've got early Dust to Dust probably with this play. There's an artifact land. Don't know if I want to even play that here. I think I'm going to lean on Bodyguard, everyone. We'll just do that. If I draw another, I'd really like to see another plane here so I can hold that den back and just keep Vault Skirge up until I can get Blessing on it and give it a... That's the problem. I don't really want to go all in on a Vault Skirge because we know that they're running like a Dust to Dust. We actually don't know that. But I'm assuming so. So what I'm trying to tell you all, we've got Pro Black, Pro, which is second, Pro Red first, and then now if we go the Vault Skirge route or the Gingerbrute route with all that glitters, we're going to have to kind of worry about a fifth color or third color. Of course, that would cost them the entire turn, and I'm going to do it because we have. We've got a Bodyguard here. So I'm going to bring out the Skirge. Keep it alive for a turn. What's this? Is he going to zap our Bodyguard? Exiling an artifact. All right. That's frustrating. Would have been interesting if that targeted that, right? Believe we're just going to bring out Bonesplitter. We'll just do that. I know we have 2 targets for Dust to Dust, but at this stage, I'm very happy if he wants to turn his whole turn and all 3 mana into getting rid of 1 Bonesplitter for our Bodyguard. We're still going to give you all the hit here. Again, you know, Benevolent Blessing is awesome. It's actually kind of pricey. I think they're a few bucks. But the whole list, I think, is like $36, if I'm not mistaken, online. So including the sideboard, that's not bad investment for something that can start breaking even or better pretty regularly if you play like I do in leagues. But, you know, Benevolent Blessing doesn't do anything. Bodyguard hits. Cast in a Fire, I will not lie. It's one of the best cards against us. More slowness. Really want to just top deck a... Heck, all right, we'll take an Ancient Den. Why not? Cast in Fire 2 also gets around the Umbra effect, so you got to be careful there. We'll risk this or Biscuit. We'll say red. It's a really close game. We really need a land here. Really, really, really need a land. 3 cards in their hand. I think they've overboarded maybe. I'm not sure. Channel's Blessing for a budget choice. Very true. Yep. Or Ward of Lights. Or Pentatic Prism if you're... if you're willing to go up to 3 mana and want to draw a card. Well, this really blows. Here's the deal. I think we have to play Brute here because if they have Dust to Dust and we equip the Skirge, we're at 1 mana next turn. With really nothing. I'd really like to have 2 threats on board. I know, you know, Breath Weapon or something could show up, but we're going to get in for 2 here. Again, you know, for decks to beat this, they need our help in getting screwed or flooded, which happens to every deck out there. And believe me, I'm a purist. I usually love 17 lands in an aggro list, and I ran it that way for a good 2 months, but I've had way too many flood games. So, and nobody mentioned the Secluded Steppe because that's a terrible choice in this list. You do not want to draw that at almost any time. Unless it's late game, which you're not supposed to be in. Early, you don't want to see it. You're spending your mana for other things. So if you're watching this on YouTube later, somebody timestamp this comment. Don't say that as a suggestion. It's a horrible idea for this style of list. Ouch. Just told you that was a really good card. It is. If we draw into a land here, we're feeling pretty good. We can at least attack for 3 with the Gingerbrute. Yeah, and I'm so glad you brought that up, Dreamer Stingo. Don't sleep on Benevolent Blessing being a defensive play. So many times the only way I could beat walls or elves at the very last move, is to give them pro green or whatever, pro blue if it's freed from the reel and such. It's any creature. It doesn't have to be your creature, so you can keep things alive. Okay, the gods have answered my prayers. Hopefully those 2 cards in our opponent's hands do nothing, because we're really, really, really getting desperate here. Next turn, if nothing changes, we're going to sit back on Blessing and hope that they don't have an answer. Let's go. Yeah, it's a side bonus for sure. I like this. They're probably going to keep the mountain up if they return Lambos and replay it, I'd imagine. No? Well, that's a misplay, I think. I don't know their list. Maybe they've got that discard spell. Maybe. Really want to draw land here so I can activate Gingerbrute and hold back Blessing. I guess I could just go hard with all that glitters. It feels really reckless, doesn't it? Oh boy. What I wouldn't give for glasses of Urza right now. I should say what I would give. What do you guys think here? Bonesplitter is nice, but we're still just a 1 of 1. Come in for a... Well, we can't, because they can still double block if we all that glitters. I think we just sit back. Hope we can pull out a removal spell and not do anything here. They got such flexible removal, which is a great thing. Well, Blessing no matter what, a DOT here. I don't think they have red in hand right now, but they might have the cast down, so I've got to kind of play control mage here. Is this cast down? Or is this the Lambus being replayed? All right, Lambus comes up. Here we go, scrying and drawn. That's always good. Let's see what their opponent's trying to do here. Show the game log. Look into the future. What's it going to do? 1 top. Uh-oh. Looks like he drew a removal. All right. Kind of stuck not playing it unless he plays it, right? Another land would be really cool here. Yeah, nothing's better than Benevolent Blessing, though. Both of those don't, they make everything else fall off in a mono-white deck. Talking about Warded Lights and Chalmano. That Lembus move really got me thinking. Do we just go for it? Call red? We can't. We gotta just draw land here. All right, that helps a bit. If I'm gonna keep the pressure up, I've just got to do this stuff. So I might as well. I mean, we've got enough for Sentinel's Eyes. Let's go. This is when you wish you had that 1 mana pro color spell, right? Normally I love this play because I've got more than 1 creature, but at this stage I'm just like, uh-oh. Yeah, they're going to make me invest all my mana, which is very smart. And now it's probably going to get torched. Yep, I was right. There we go. Sentinel's Eyes will be back, though. He'll do the turn. Got about 4 turns and change. Yeah, I have to say, I had a Q&A on my community tab for YouTube. My God. I gotta think twice before. Thank you for all the questions. I expected like 4 or 5. I got like 40. But I think that came up where they're like, favorite card printed in the last, 5 years or whatever. And Benevolent Blessing was very up on that list. It's in the top 3 for me. And every once in a while, a card will come out that feels like you designed it. It's like, that's one of them. Before you want to go stuffing any more tricks in this list, it's another reason why I love Sacred Cat. Even though it doesn't have evasion, it does have lifelink, and it counts as 8 creatures in a set of 4. And I really, if I was going to cut anything, might be a Bonesplitter or 2, but it would be for other creatures. Because there are some times outside of Flood and Screw where you can just kind of have a few too many tricks. Similar to what Hexproof runs into sometimes. Looks like we're on our way to our first loss. Only thing we're ahead on is time. We're even on this. Okay, that's going to speed things up greatly. Kind of like that. No red up, so he's probably got Cast Down in hand. Given that, oh come on, list. Let's go. Gonna get a land. I don't think we're gonna have enough turns here. Unless we get a like a Healer's Hawk and a land somehow in one turn. I think we're on our way to our first loss here, everybody. Good list, good list. Look at that graveyard. Hate, hate, hate. We've got the answer in our hand. We just need to be able to untap. They were able to answer the first one. Am I wrong about that? Right. Okay, that one's Cast Down. Boop. I would say Cast Down, given that they used all the red mana last turn. Man, I'd pop that Synthesizers pronto. There we go. Clarkhand Shaman does absolutely nothing, but it does represent lethal next turn. And if we do draw something like a Sacred Cat, it's going to feel like a really good turn against, it's normally not a good card against us. It does get rid of Bodyguard. Gingerbrute. I can usually trip it for I think they're just holding that back. Yeah, that's a pretty good suggestion there. Doom Traveler is one of my old favorites too. I really like that card. A little 2-for-1 there. Not a bad suggestion there, Chimpskey. I think I came to that same conclusion too, but I'll write it down though for the old what did we learn segment. See how it feels. It's considering any sort of like graveyard critters, All right. So we lose our first game. Bonk, bonk, bonk. All right. Well, that's 1-1. I'm going to roll to a little Halloween thing. I'll be back right after this, everybody.
Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand. Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize y'all's neighborhood. And whosoever shall be found without the soul for getting down must stand and face the hounds of hell and rot inside a corpse's shell. The demons squeal in sheer delight. It's you they spy, so plump, so right. For though the groove is hard to beat, yet still you stand with frozen feet. You try to run, you try to scream, but no more sun you'll ever see. For evil reaches from the crypt to crush you in its icy grip. The foulest stench is in the air, the funk of 40,000 years, and grisly ghouls from every tomb are closing in to seal your doom. And though you fight to stay alive, your body starts to shiver, for no mere mortal can resist the evil of the thriller.
Get swamped with horror as PauperRBust Studios presents all the classic horror films from the legendary Bajuka brothers. First, the 70s masterpiece Howl from Beyond. Then, the fan favorite, The Faceless Butcher. Plus, the cult classic Undying Evil. Followed by non-stop horror like Innocent Blood, Grim Harvest, Bloodseeker, Evil Presence, Twisted Abomination, and many more. A murderous mayhem marathon, Rakdos style. Don't miss Propaganda's horror galore. Coming soon.
And we're back. Alrighty. Up against Dead on Board. Boop. We've got some protection thing options here. Double this. We've been here before. I'm going to keep. We're on the draw. One more mana and we're good to go. Yeah. Here we go. Snow-covered swampage. Heading on over. Well, given that, I think we're going to lead off with Skirge. Give me a land. How about an Ancient Den? Woo! All right. Not. Let's do this here. Boop. Pop, pop, pop. And I even thought to, maybe mixing up like 2 relics, 2 Macabre in the side, but it's just the decks. I'm not too worried about the quantity. Like I wouldn't bring that in against Serpents. There's just I just win that matchup with the protection suite. Oh boy, they've got tricks like this. This might be a long one. Murderous gore galore. Yeah, Doom Traveler. I used to run 4 of those in my white weenie list. Just love that card. It's like, it dies and it upgrades. Early on, Den can be a bit of a thing, but I think it's a necessary evil in this style here. So, give me land. No land. They got another fungal infection. I'll lead off with a bodyguard. I'll play slow here. Looks like we only have to worry about black so far. Doubt that if they have green as their kicker color that they're going to have any sort of removal. All right, down goes a bodyguard. That's what he would do anyway, is sacrifice for that. Here we go. This looks like an Chimpskey build. If I didn't know better, I'd think this is who we were playing. Mid-range Golgari. Bum, bum, bum. So hopefully that silly fake horror festival mashup didn't scare anybody out there. You'd have to have a pretty weak constitution to fall for that. But I'm mostly saying that for maybe kids under 10 or something. That's why I like to qualify it, warn the parents, that sort of thing. Ooh. This is one of the first Halloweens I haven't watched Halloween in all of October. I usually get that through. Uh-oh, this is going to be quick. Maybe we do have to go... give me a mana. All right, there's a mana. We got some stuff going on here. We'll do this. We've already seen 2 fungal tricknologies, so I'm going to just go for it on this. All right, cool, it lives. I believe... Boy, I really want to have Sentinel's Eyes show up here. First strike's no joke. Next turn, we can opt to just Bonesplitter, sit back, and then we can first strike it to death. Of course, if a fungal infection shows up, that will be a little flaw in our plan. I really want to see Sentinel's Eyes. Okay. I think we just have to play... Okay. We're getting swarmed out here. I think the play, even though we've got a protection suite there, is just Bonesplitter pass. All right. Oh, boy, that's tough. That's tough. I'm still going to do it. We're going to do this. We'll put it on this. Nothing attacks. I'm scared. I'm scared right now. Not at my commercial, but at this. Gosh, that was back in I think we made that in 2016 or something. It's a couple more years. It's going to be a 10-year-old promo. Oh, if you're following us on a YouTube community tab, which I highly suggest you do. It's usually how I communicate throughout the week with everybody. I finally got a script I'm happy with Reality Acid mixed with Naturalize. A little commercial thing I worked on a long time ago. I had footage, and we're all good. I'm really afraid of these little life-gaining triggers here. I think we're going to slowly die. Man, do I really need Vigilance badly here. Real bad. Vigilance. That's why I run 4 of them. Come on. Sacred Eyes, or what is it called? Yeah, I think it's called Sacred Eyes. Sacred Eyes. Woo! Oh, Sentinel's Eyes. Oh, I mispronounced it, and I still got it. Here we go. So this will be the game it should be. Vigilance in this list is just ridiculous. 4-turn clock. They can't really attack, or our turns go up. And after Bodyguard shows up, and maybe the better play might just be another Bonesplitter activation. Life making happener there. Vigilance really, really, really messes up mana math, you know, especially when you have other stuff behind it. So like that Ent, yeah, it's got reach, but one more Bonesplitter, and I just trade with it. Or not trade, I just beat it. Okay, there's a spawn. I got to be careful of that mass swing. I'm going to write down Prismatic. Tokens, Golgari tokens, Peace Strands in my notes for the matchup. I'm not going to have to worry about much else. No Macabres. Yeah. Another Groff, or whatever that's called. Okay. Again, they attack. It's going to cost them quite a bit of life. First strike is such a Vigilant Skirge. That's right. One of the best creatures in all of Pauper. Maybe the best. This is interesting. Yeah, I could pro green and have a blocker all day long for these sort of shenanigans. I think that's better. I think that might be a better play. 7's not going to do too much. If they have any sort of tricks, I want to do it now. That is only 5 damage. I'm just going to attack here. We'll wade back. We'll be at 18. We'll be able to nullify both those Groffs. Can't really attack too much here. It's just the comeback kid. So many games go like this, especially against red. You'll be at like 8 or 9 life, and then it's just the game's over. 1 blessing and you win. What's this? Whoa! Stuff just got huge. All right. Well, this is an awkward play, but I'm going to do it. Or do I do it on this? No, because the double activation is going to be able to go there. I'm just going to pull this on that. It's a very avant-garde play. I'm going to call green on this just so we've got extra. It might be the wrong call here. Dread Return showing up. I don't think that's worthy of a Macabre play here. These tokens might get there, right? Nothing really has trample that I know of, right? Yeah, it's just a huge creature with reach, huge creature with reach. There's not much else there. Whoa! Well, maybe I should have called green on the Scourge there. We can always top deck a Blessing. Yeah, this is tough because now, yeah, that's a bummer. I mean, we've got defense here, but we can't really do too much this next turn because now we can double block with Ent unless we top deck either a Bodyguard or another Benevolent Blessing. Something with the word benevolent in it, right? Maybe we should call this Benevolent White. A little too wordy. 3-syllable adjectives are a little hitty. Well, they're pulling off the quality game here. Everything's good here. That's fine, too. That's great. We'll do this to this. Now we have first strike, so the reach system doesn't really happen because we'll be able to kill one before damage happens. Oh no, never mind. And then, but we have the Umbra, so I'm gonna risk this. I'll attack. The Umbra will fall off, but we will get rid of an Ent. First strike. Okay, we'll kill the one. We'll trade the Umbra for the other. Or do I want to trade that? We're at 25. That falls off. They really don't have anything else to do with that. That will be a 6-2 without first strike. I think I got to save this. Had I have a crystal ball, I would do that. They're at 1 mana here. I'm gonna say pro green on this. Hate to lose 2 cards to save it, but that Umbra and first strike, not so much the Umbra, but the first strike's huge. We'll say green. Yeah, the double block Umbra was my first thought, but then I'm like, you know what? I need a lot more staying power with that, especially with all these big fatties building up here. Now we got the Gingerbrute activation mana. We can block these 6/6s and stuff, trip it for 3 in a pinch, you know, especially if another fungal infection shows up. Oh, you're right. I really missed a play there. I should have played Brute. good. God, I was afraid that was an edict. I thought Chimpskey was looking into the future there. It's tough when your opponent gains 7 life a turn, and if you attack, I gain another 7. Looked like this game was over on around turn 3. Just like most games, this just has a way of getting there. Golgari tokens. Very cool. There's a green 1-drop, something herder, I believe, that grants a creature trample. I think you just tap it with a green. Was that in Invasion, I think it was? I hope I'm wrong. Too much of my brain is focused on this game. But that's why you all tune in, right? Elvish Herder. Please tell me I got the enchantment wrong. Cool. I really like drawing this. Got yet another flyer. Got a blocker making happener there. Urza Saga. All right. Well, let's double check here. Anything else with reach other than this? Nope. We're coming over. Woo! Should I do that? Nah. We'll keep our Gingerbrute back. Cool. First strike's a thing. This way, if they do have a trick. Okay. I don't gain the life. That's a very good play. Not too worried about much other than that 8/8. We can block that with even Ornithopter at this stage. I like this sequence because now I can at least, even if I top deck all that glitters, obviously it'll go on my Skirge. Even here, we don't have to worry about snuff out with the Skirge plan. I don't know if they're running that or not. Yeah, that's a great trick. I do it with Gingerbrute all the time against, sometimes when I do beat the Gates list, they got like a 12/12 lifelink cat coming. I block with the Brute, sack it, gain 3 life. They don't gain any, and then I swing for the win next turn. Like I said, I'm about 48% against that list. It's very close. It's all about if who gets their, or not so much me, but if they get their lifelink on board. It's a very similar game plan. Beautiful design. A lot of utility here. Dead on Board's fan of the show. Saw the chat when I was coming out of commercial there. I rarely do that, but nice to hear from some of you out there. And apologies to those who, are on the show and I play you. I just don't have chat open, and so I usually don't see if somebody wrote something. I'm not trying to be obtuse, but wrong word. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm just trying to have a wannabe TV show based on Pauper. Let's go. Yeah, I've run into that list quite a bit with the Carrion Feeder, Ivy Lane Denizen, Infinite combo. Takes a while to get there. Well, shucks. There's all kinds of stuff going on here. Let's gain some life, kill some stuff. They probably got another village trick here, so we're going to respect it. We're not that heavy in our life total here. Pass here. Sacrifice our little Brute as they sacrifice their... Yep, that's going on. We'll do this here. Bloop. Gain 3 life, which will nullify. Almost that. Take 6. We don't gain any life. Got to be careful. They got lots of tricks. Haven't seen Reckner's Bargain, but we have seen Dispute and Village Rights. In a list like that, I might actually lean on the other Village Rights too, if you're going to go another step in here. Getting respectable. Here we go. What do we got now? Oh, that's huge. That is really big. Good for them. Good for them. That's a really good call in a list like that. Maybe even, yeah, that's even better than Rancor in a list like that. And see what a conundrum that puts on me. Now I can't do these silly little blocks, You all know my Gurmag Angler rant, 5/5s are nice, but not when I Ornithopter blocks it all day long. And just keep drawing them. Okay, well, we got another blocker. Got another Gingy. I believe, we got Vigilance on that. So the only thing that's going to be coming over is 10. We've got 7 of that shored up. I believe I'm going to come on over with this. Yeah, I think that works better. Let's attack. I'm going to gain 7. Going getting. First strike, 7. Nothing to sneeze at. With that Umbra, feeling a little cocky. Not sure if Umbra is a real word. I know it is in Magic. So many times I'll be pleasantly surprised. I'll look something up in the dictionary and I'm like, oh, that's based on something. It's real. Keep my finger off the F6. 26 to, they need a reach critter. Otherwise the game's over. Unless they got some life-making happener. Sorry, I'm saying that too much. It's just so addicted the way that guy talks. Vice Grip Garage on YouTube. Not that he needs it. Guy's wildly successful. And again, I'm not a car guy. Just got a new hybrid though. Very stoked about that. Haven't used gas in like 4 weeks. Charging when I work out. Charging when I go to work. Driving for free. It's pretty great. Is it really a word, huh? A fancy shadow. What is a fancy shadow? Did it put its pinky up when you don't have yours up? It drinks its tea. I think we got this one. Unless those treasure tokens are hiding some sort of like moment's peace technology. Latin for shadow. The innermost and darkest part of the shadow, says in Chimpskey, where the light source is completely blocked. Occulting body. The observer within the Umbra experienced total occultation. It's almost like an eclipse of your own shadow, huh? Cool. Well, felt like we were going to lose that one easily, and we won it. Write down the W. Make sure to log the last game. Okay. I don't believe Standard Bearer is going to do much. I really like Prismatic in this style. I'm going to leave my Macabres alone. We'll open this up so we can see a little bit of our tricks here. Bring in the Strands. Really liking the flying. Probably cut 2 of these. The Umbra, believe it or not, even though we're up against black, I want to keep these in because of the first strike. You know, there's a lot of other stuff like the cartouche and stuff that I first started with, and just got to go with things that... You notice a theme here? It's like double, right? Everything can kind of do things twice, or they have 2 abilities. So we're not drawing cards like a blue deck does, which we beat in the first round 2-0. But the quality of everything we draw, maybe minus Ornithopter. But again, you got a really good blocker for 0. I mean, what more do you want? A flyer, right? Blocks fairies all day long. But it's just all about the quality. So I think 4 might be steep. We'll do that, and we'll cut 1 Thopter. Let's go. I think we're all right. I'm assuming they're going to have a little bit more... might have to be pro-green in this one on our critters because of deglamour or deglamour. Still not quite sure how I'm supposed to be saying that. Occultation is a fancy darkness. All right. I knew it had to be dark somehow, but... Well, that's a crappy hand. I'm glad we don't have a land in it, because this makes our decision real quick. Mulligan. We'll open up our yard here. I don't see any lands here. Mulligan. Double mole into... Wow, flood. Interesting. Well, we're going to keep this. We'll get rid of 2 planes, and we'll say done. Not sure if I should lead off with that bodyguard, given that we saw so many early... what do you call those little fungal dudes? All right, no land. There's a land. All right. We'll rock like here. Do we go all in on bodyguard? Call green and then just start stacking up everything on it? That'd be pretty funny. That'd be pretty funny if occultation was a magic card and your shadow was going like this and then, or drinking a cup like this and then the shadow was like this. It's like fancy darkness. Okay, it's enough of that. We can only hope that they attack with no tokens entering play next turn, and we can at least trade with our blessing here. I don't know if that's a good or bad play, but I'd be tempted to do it. Create this, do this. Oh no. Stuff's happening. Things are getting away from us. Okay, Rot Farm showing up. So frustrating. We throw back 2 lands and we draw 2 in a row. At least we threw back the lands. We are super flooded here. I got to do positive here. Positive. Healer's Hawk. Nope. Alrighty. Well, we can do this. We can recklessly prismatic next turn, double block, and at least get rid of the Cloakwood. But that's assuming that they don't do anything this turn, which is pretty bad magic way of thinking, right? God, it's deadly quiet in here. I just love it. Not that my quiet mode was much, but, you know, my computer was right where my hands are going, obviously. Now it's just... I feel like showing like 4 HD movies in real time, just streaming it, just like, look what I can do. Drawback to having a laptop, sometimes those fans get a little loud, and I wasn't able to find really a good solution. So that's if you're just joining us, I've got all this new hardware, and I'm able to keep I play on my laptop all the time, and there's no fan noise at all. But when I stream, you know, it's like doing push-ups for it. So and the mic's really close to the laptop, so there's kind of no way around it. So this is a nice solution. Now I can just play in absolute quiet in my own occultation, or whatever that's called, right? This is getting scary. Do we just take 4 here? Why are they not attacking? That's too much respect there. Gotta take my head off there, dead on board. Hopefully you got some what would you call convoke trick coming up here, which is very possible given your theme. Oh boy, this is madness. Now there's black mana too, so I just gotta sit back and hope one of our life-making happeners show up. We can at least block black critters and save the day. Call black and kill both of them. Double check what these things are saying here. Whenever another creature you control dies, put a +1 counter on it. All right, that can get out of control quick. Don't tempt me, Chimpskey. Right. There's that. Got a 4-turn clock, it looks like. All right. I don't know why they're not attacking with the other one here. Got plenty of mana to hold out on that. Come on, something that flies. Come on now, let's get it back in here. Flyer. Oh my god, list. I cut a land and I cut through 2 back. What is this? I'm going to play it just so we've got, you know, we can do all our tricks at instant speed here. We're going to throw it back. We're hoping for an attack without any critters so we can double block those voracious vermin. You know, take 5, get rid of their 2 dudes, call black, hope for the best. Lands Y works both ways, right? Flood or screw. Be very surprised if this is the second game, but like I said, expected a 5-0 or a 4-1 today. But, you know, when you don't play meta-heavy decks, you know, being in the tournament room, we've seen nothing but, so far, fairies and then the Mardu engine, which is mostly Boros. But now we're up against rogues. So, and that does happen, you know. Just last night I lost a rogue in the league. The MTG gods frown upon propaganda, says Mtmentat. Well said indeed. Okay, I'm just going to keep him here. Say black. We at least got some sort of shenanigans here. Keep these vermin from doing stuff. Keep them from getting a token too. Still got strands on board. Is this whenever a creature dies or when you control dies? Okay. That's a kind of a anthropomorphic take on a rat, right? Standing up on its hind legs. Lord Skidder promised starving rats of Edgewall that they would never go hungry again. A little forced with that half moon and the crevasse of the canopy there, but yeah, not a big fan. Looks better small. That's never a good thing. That's pretty cool. If I was in charge of art at Wizards, there would probably be 1 expansion a year because I would throw everything back, be like, not good enough. All right. We're still up a minute. I don't know how that's happening. It's probably because our opponent's got all these long clicking tricks happening here. Exile an enchantment. Oh no. The Troublemaker Ophi. Why not just play the Changeling? I think the Changeling would be better in that list. Okay, I'm not protected from black anymore. I still want to mess around with that Phyrexian dude. Can I double block anything? I cannot. Yep. Another creature dies. Damn. A lot of damage. Sorry, I clicked really loud there. Don't mean to. I'll say black. I'll get rid of one little rat. But that's a neat invasion in quotes. I like this because, the right play here normally is to kill, but then that's pretty much giving him another 1/1 if you think about it, because these rats just get bigger for next turn. Yep, that's really cool. It's a pretty good card for 3 mana, just right on the edge. In a style like this, it can feel a little OP. Anywhere else, no. But oh, bye-bye, Butterghost. Sorry, I missed you exiting there. Somebody doesn't highlight my name. I miss stuff. We've got to be honest here. We've drawn so many lands, no quality creatures. Still in it, but it's getting away from us. This is a land our deck just hates us today. It's an Umbra. We're just going to let our opponent get this. I don't see a way out of this one. I might be able to, if I top deck a thing, all of a sudden just get it. Probably not going to happen, though. All right. That got bigger faster than I thought it would. I want to get rid of one of those. I'm actually going to bring back in a Thopter here. Yeah, well, let's go. I love when you guys do those quote things. I always read them like in a third person. I'm like, who said that? Oh, I did just a second ago. Yeah, Bacon Master, I wouldn't really be against that. Sometimes that knee-jerk reaction of, oh my God, it's like, and then you think about it, you're like, yeah, I want to play first. 2 lands, 2 flyers, and some goods. 1 land, 3 flyers, and some protection. We got 3 flyers turn 1, and that's about it with Bodyguard backup. I think I got to ship this, guys. Sorry for the cracks. Mulligan. Like this a lot more. Keep. Probably get rid of Scourge. I'll get rid of Scourge. Done. Love a good knuckle crusher. Sorry about that. I do it just without thinking. Then I'm like, oh, that's kind of rude. Apologies. Here we go. I believe I'm going to... Do I lead off with Bodyguard just so I can keep my dude? I'm going to do that. I really want to have that top deck an Ancient Den, drop Hawk Eyes, go. Here's the fungal infection math already up. Bodyguard in the house. Here we go. Land. Land. Yes. Hey, I called it. All right. Hawk. Eyes. Probably should have attacked first. They had fungal infection. That's a free damage. You know what I mean? I can always do Bodyguard second main. So I'd call that a 10% punt. Yeah, hopefully I don't cough in the mic. I try never to do that. Or sneeze. Happens about once or twice a year. Into the elbow, away from the mic. But unfortunately, my wife noticed that too. I've inherited my father's sneeze, which is something an elephant would be very proud of. It is quite the trumpet. We always giggle when both our boys, they're just these tiny little, like we're talking like, 1.5 years and under. They're all swaddled and sleeping. And I'll be in the other room way back when, and I'd sneeze, and they would just go like this, and their poor little fingers, and half the time they'd wake up crying, and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, I was in the other room, and trumpet blast. Swords to exile. I'd like to have land tax in this list, although I don't know if I'd run it. Okay. So our life-making happeners showed up early. It's going to be 4 a turn. It's going to be pretty hard to come back from, especially with the active bodyguard on duty. Okay, that's enough lands, deck. I mean it. No more. Let's go. Put this out there. Vigilance. Let's get some first strike action going on. We'll be good to go. Path to Plowshares. That's got a nice little alliteration going on there. Been playing lots of pickleball, as is the usual. Our league ends. We got invited to a last-minute league with a losing record because people weren't showing up, so they would auto-loss. And so we couldn't win. We couldn't even get like middle, but we just played to play and been doing pretty good. A lot of fun new folks and such. Yep, we just let this through, people. We're gaining 4 a turn. Got to keep our bodyguard back for any sort of shenanigans our opponent's got. But I've been playing really strong. For about the last 2 weeks, no commentary. I just was noticing I was definitely partaking in the libation of my choosing a little too often. So I cut way back, meaning like 100% actually. I don't know how long this will last. Hopefully quite a while because it feels pretty good. And in the evenings, usually when I sit down for a game of Magic, maybe a drink or 3, let's be honest, 4 or 5. Instead, I'm going to the gym now and walking there or walking to the ocean and back, trying to get some cardio in. Cardio every time and then some workouts. But I got so sore that it actually affected my pickle. I'm still sore. It's hard to do this. Just doing these really hard, especially for my age, a little probably too in-depth workouts and stuff. I still used to be quite a gym rat, so I still know what I'm doing on that end, but with almost a 50-year-old body now, it takes quite a bit of recuperation to come out of that. Okay, enough info on that. Let's attack. Really want an Umbra to show up here. Could always swap over I think that'll be fun. What's cool if you do get a little bit flooded with this style of list is we can drop stuff like Healer Talk and, enchant it. Or not enchant it. We'll just do this, right? Watch, they drop Arms of Hadar. We're dead. Oh, thank you for that, Bacon Master. Only my hair gives it away, right? Yeah, I think I'm turning 49 this year. I still got another year before the quintuple decade hits me. It's funny how everybody puts such an emphasis on round numbers, right? Yeah, Memphis ran. It's cool. There's some really strange benefits after about 2 weeks now that it's just some very, I don't know, returning to self sort of like, there's like an energy in my mind. It's very hard to, I don't know if I'm sure there's a word for it, but I don't know it. I've been, it's just all upside so far. So like I said, just a bad habit, the sun would go down, I'd play some Magic and have a few, and you start adding up the calories, and it was just like, oh my gosh, it's like, what am I doing? All right, Scry Crier, what is this? Bird Citizen, 1/1 flying, 3 and a white. Good grief. That should be like a 3/3 flyer if I was designing it. No, I think Doom Traveler might be the route to roll here, but tough. Another good blocker that turns into an evasive flyer. All right, dude, I'll do it. Let's go. Yep. Bonk. That's what it's there for. Now, if he's got... See, what I think might have happened there is they're sitting on like a Village Rites, Deadly Dispute, and they're like, damn it, he blocked. Oh, well. Then I just gained a life. I only do that because I got Bodyguard in tow here. Preponderance of flyers. They're pretty far away from an Ent being able to block there. Love me some Bodyguard. I think that might have been the very first card I ever got in Pauper. Like when I went actively to like use tickets to go start my build, because White Weenie was the first thing I did. Well, that's a good choice. Venture into the dungeon, create a... I don't think I've ever seen this. I'm sure I've seen this card, but I prefer that other one that removes a card from the graveyard. This token dungeon thing seems a little inferior, and I think the other one's an instant. So if you like this person's build, I think the better card's to go that way, as well with the changeling over the Ophi. All right. Bonesplitter's a beast. Woo! Good times. Nighty-night. My 2 playsets of Bodyguard just showed up a week from the States. Excited this brewing with them. 2? Oh, 2 playsets. Oh, so you got 8 of them. Nice. Very nice indeed. Yeah, they got reprinted. I forget when. I think, was it Masters? Can't quite remember. Here we go again. This unsurmountable life swing with vigilance where you can't crack back. It's intoxicating. Old border's the best border. Yeah, I gotta love Judgment. I'm very judgmental when it comes to that set. Wonk wink. Return to Nature. Yeah, it's an instant. Yeah, it's just an upgrade in every way. So dead on board if you're watching this later. Those are my 2 recommendations. If you care, maybe you got some arguments for it. Feel free to comment and YouTube below in the future. All right, what's going on here? I'm just going to let this hit. This isn't worth any sort of a Tricknologies or whatever. What's it got, like an Okiba gang? Getting 6 a turn. I'm not going to invite disaster here. They're dead on board if I don't want to have to, you know, run into some trick and have to use Bodyguard and then they top deck cast down sort of thing. That's my line of thinking there. Yuck! And Chimpskey likes the new shiny border. Yep, you're right, Mtmentat Ran. That is so true. Okay. Let me see where our opponent's at. There we go. You got 2 innocent bloods. The Oaf! Oh no! That's a problem. If it was bargained, it wasn't. Woo! Good games, good games. And it's another W. Let's rock. Create. Create. It sounds so official. I am the creator of many decks indeed. So yeah, moving forward. Let's see. We're at 24 creatures right now, which could technically be 28 because we've got to count that cat twice. Count the cat twice. Sounds like a rock and roll song. All right, here we go, Bo. This is the very first time, I think Shirazman can back me up on this. Usually I go very thematic on a Halloween show and I'll play like a Rakdos or a Swamp style deck, but this is what you get today. Okay, we'll keep this. We've got Ornithopter Beats with glitters. Keep double Bodyguard backup. Not the greatest, but definitely not going to complain. A little frustrated. This probably means we're going to have to get through a lot of flyers, but glitters, hopefully I'll get there. That's okay, that's enough lands for the whole game. That's why I'm at 16, everybody. Those of you mentioning, we've been flooded more than screwed, if you'll notice. I think we've been screwed once and flooded about 3 times. I will not go to 15, but I've been tempted. Or maybe Lotus Petal. Who knows? Okay, we've got a second turn glitters. It's going to, I'll start hitting a little bit of damage. Oh, and I'm Chimpskey. Late to dinner. Wait, who's leaving? Oh, farewell. Mtmentat Rain. All right. Off to the gym. Good for you. Yeah, I got to say, hitting the gym and doing the ellipticals is so monotonous compared to pickleball. I have so much more fun, obviously, playing pickleball, and I'm just oozing sweat and just my heartbeat's going to, you know, probably like at the 120, 130 rate. And then when I'm on that elliptical, I'm going for like 10 minutes, and then I'm like, I look down and it's like 3 minutes, and I'm just like, oh my God. There's only so many interesting podcasts and stuff you can listen to, but I try to get at least 20 in if I'm not playing pickleball that day to keep the blood flowing. Something's going to get you, though. All righty. Huh. Tempted. Let's just get this online now. Yeah, I'm going to throw the glitter on there and just start beating down. Let's go. We got Bodyguard backup. Attack for 3. Be really nice if we get our Vigilance out, because that'll be a 4-6. Actually, a 4-7. 5-7. Jeez. Not bad for our enchantment that keeps coming back from the graveyard. Says our Sacred Cat. I know how to do that. I love when stuff like Doom Traveler, when it dies and it upgrades. It's like, that's pretty sweet. We're not gaining any life yet, but it's about to change. Sacred Cat showing up. Not sure if it's worth trading with that Barter Fist. A 3/5 is pretty hard to get around outside of a Journey to Nowhere here, which is a very... I'll let it go. Because if you think about it, I got to trip the Bodyguard, and all we're left with after losing Glitters and Bodyguard is an Ornithopter. And it's better to just keep the Bodyguard handy. So, I mean, Loran's escaped there. I used to have 2 in the sideboard. I just didn't have enough room anymore. It's nice to have 2 of those, but... okay, here we go. We all know where this is going. Bonk. We really want to draw Sentinel's Eyes here, so they just can't attack. Sentinel's Eyes. All right, almost as good. Let's play the cat. I think I'm going to Umbra the cat. Keep this these shenanigans on ground from hitting us here. Especially since we have this opening here. This will make this bigger too. And we'll play another Bodyguard. Now we're feeling pretty protected. No more lands, please. Let's just have a nice, honest game here. This way we kind of turn off that little attacky engine. Attacky engine. And now, you know, like Prismatic Strands, what are you going to do, right? Call Brown? Nope. There ain't no Brown in Roy G. Biv. Fraunhofer didn't calculate enough to equal Brown, right? Jessen. I've never played this person before. That sounds too much like Jesse and Zombies to have that leave my memory banks. Okay, we got a first strike cat. We got double Bodyguard attack. Woo! Opponent's about halfway dead. What sort of devilry is going to show up now? I've never really stared at this rebel token here. Boy, that's doesn't look very convenient. Can you imagine trying to run in that garb? Clank, 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 clank. You can't sneak up on anybody. Of course, it doesn't have stealth. It doesn't claim to. I know they're going after that Planeswalker look of, what's his name, that bad red Planeswalker nobody wants to play with. But this little chest side carapace, little brass work, that just looks clunky. Shouldn't have zoomed in. Sorry about that. Oh, man. Gotta let it go, guys. I mean, look at the options here. We could double spend both Bodyguards and then be left with a cat and an Ornithopter with nothing on it. So we just let this go. Yeah, it's super unpractical. Captain Vlad Tepes. My thoughts exactly. Bye-bye, Glitters. You understand here? Oh, that's interesting. Is that worth... I don't think it is. Don't think it is. So if I call white on that, the Umbra falls off, and he can get that back. I'm just going to let him have it. Our Ornithopter gets a little weaker. Sure hope they don't have another one. Cool. Yeah, that's kind of a pain in the butt, that card. I used to have Gut Shot in the very first builds of this. Then it's changed to Journey because it can kind of catch all, you know, the walls, the gates, and the elves matchups. That was kind of like, okay, I'm going to bring Journey in against that, not against Affinity. I can usually play pretty even against Affinity. You know, you get a 6/6 lifelink flyer with Vigilance. It's like, especially when it has protection from their main color. I've been over this before, but you just find out that you don't really need anything more than combat math. As long as you're drawing okay. No lands. The Hawk shows up. I'll take it. Wrap it up. I'll take it. Tough game here. I believe I'll block that 3/1 with the Healer's Hawk, gain a life, risk a Bodyguard in play, probably blocking the other Rebel token if nothing evolves. Okay, we're going to keep this mana back. It's the Bodyguard. Be neat if all these characters in the background were their own cards, right? They probably are. Who knows? Roger Romp. I don't think I've ever said his name before. God, I've played this card probably thousands of times. No exaggeration. All right. Natural 2/2s. That makes things a lot harder. Yeah, just for the tempo, I'm going to do a double... I mean, not a double block. We'll block here. I'll end up taking 2. saving our Hawk chancy move with 3 mana open here. Got another one in tow, but I'm going to attempt to save it. This one, please. Call red. The all-powerful Full Daniel. Good to have you with us. First-time chatter. Nice to have you with us. Woo! Okay, where's your bolt? Where's your bolt? Is it worth another Benevolent Bodyguard? Probably not. Man, we really need vigilance here. Come on now. A little Halloween show, end of October. Got nowhere to be. I don't foresee us missing a show for the foreseeable future, at least into 2024. Red. So we block that. We'll gain 1 life from that. We take 2. We'll go to 11. We'll be happy about it. And hopefully no more spells come from our opponent, who can compete with our single land. We need 2 lands in this list. Now we have 4. I don't want to say that to the ether because we're going to draw more. All right, what shall we draw? Sentinel's Eyes. Let's do that. Sentinel's Eyes. Come on now. Boral's always scary, especially when they can gain life. They just have so many weapons with like it's like Cast into the Fire is really good against us. Woo! The all powerful first time chatter. I like it. Okay. I would not recommend Therbin Inspector in this list. We're doing a lot more than paying 2 for drawing 1 card. It's not worth the artifact. This is aggro all the time, baby. Come on. This is Boros. I didn't even write this down, so I keep track of what game this is, because this looks like we're headed for an L. Things don't improve greatly. Oh, do I just attack with the Healer's Hawk here? I'm going to take 8 if I think I'm just going to do that. Just force him to have some sort of answer here. We just got to wait for our deck to draw some quality. Even a Bonesplitter here would be so good. Just going to gain 1 life. Literally peck at them. We can stop their attacks here. Or just the tempo is just not favoring us right now with the triple land draws here. 16 lands. It's very improbable. We have 5 lands. We've drawn a third of our land. We're 12 cards into our deck. That's some pretty bad luck. Plus, we did the Lembas math here. We really got to kind of try to preserve our life total here. That journey really got me worried. Bring in Loran's Escape. It's so weird playing a 1-of, but Bacon Master. Are you a chef, Bacon Master? I'm just curious how you got that name. There's a chef I play pickleball with. He's actually he's up there almost on Gordon, whatever, the Kitchen Nightmare guy's level. I worked on a few of those shows over the years. Travels the world. Ramsey, that's right. Ramsey. All right. What do we got here? Oh, I see what's going on here. Yep. This is Rally the Peasants. Don't know if we're going to survive this. So I know it's Rally. So I'm just going to block here. It's not Rally. Consider the double block there. That Ornithopter is very important to me right now. God, if I draw another Glitters onto that Hawk, it's going to feel so good. Why can't the creature just be a hawk? I guess all hawks are birds, and not all birds are hawks. Where's the lamb sauce? Well said. Ooh. Pauper EDH is pretty neat. If you like it, highly recommend Common Connoisseurs. Oh, are they a YouTuber or what? Are they a guild? Elaborate. Woo! Liking that a lot. Just call. Do I just wait for a trick here? I think I sit back on this, guys. Yeah, I'm just going to sit back. We'll do shenanigans next turn. Bum, 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 bum. Well, we do have a trick in this case, which will make our Ornithopter even bigger. Make our healer's hawk even healier. Look that up, kids. I always say Dreamer's Tango, but it's Dreamer's Tango. It's a much more eloquent way of saying it. All right, looks like we're right next to the grave here. Plains enters the zone. Limbus getting them at double the life total we're at. Let's go. The best thing about having a brand new PC and all this goodness is I can play a 5 or 6 hour show if I want to. No fear of the computer going anywhere other than just keep doing what I want. Got these blackout curtains in here, but sometimes they're not enough. Oh boy, what's this all about? To us, huh? Oh, that's frustrating. It's got another one, we're dead. Yeah, we're going to need prismatic too. Got another one? This will be interesting. Come on over. All right. Make sure to block first. Block and kill. Block here. Block here. Boop. Do that. We'll call red on this. We'll be gaining a life this turn, but we need a few more before we get out of bolt range. All right. Yep, they got us. Good call there. Now, prismatic, or would it be better to run our Orim's Cure? One, two, one, two. I'm going to make room for one of those. There's one Umbra. All right. I really like Orim's Cure here and escape. Got room for one more. I think we're going to rock like that. Orim's Cure is just so good against a lot of the, lightning bolt centric decks, preventing fire blast damage for free as long as you got a plane. But again, be careful. I said this top of show. If you're standing on a den with a bodyguard and a hawk out, it's no good. You're going to need to mana them because it says if you control a planes. It says it right there. This will be for the, the typical anti-answer card, but then also keeps our journey relevant. Let's try this out. Got to do the superstitious shuffle. We'll go like this. And one sacred cat in the middle of blessings. We all know that's never lost. Let's go. Pow. Ooh ah. Alrighty. Snapping my fingers under the table so as not to offend anybody. You can argue too, you could probably go down to 3 Gingerbrutes, 3 Bonesplitters, 2 Doom Travelers. I do love the psychology of wanting your creatures to die. This is the guy that made the black sack list after all. It's like, go ahead and kill it. Oh, you're not going to? I'll do it first. Whack! Village Rites. Yeah! Almost did it again. No crackies. Opponent's hopefully overthinking this. So the games we've lost, it's just because we've either been... I think we've been flooded both times. We lost to Mardu, which was very similar to this build, so we might lose this one. But we beat Fairies, and we beat really cool Golgari tokens list. Am I in the Common Con Discord? I believe I'm on Discord, not too often. Usually on Tuesdays when I do the... I've been getting home a little later on Tuesdays, so for like 3 weeks, ever since the championship, which I ended up getting second in, I haven't been able to attend. And on top of that, I'm just trying to kind of jumpstart this new habit of, You know, instead of, especially on Pauper Classic Tuesdays, I was definitely having one too many on that evening. And so, you know, that witching hour shows up, I'm hitting the gym instead. So at least for a few weeks till I get this new habit ingrained, and then hopefully I'll have the discipline to just play with a glass of water instead of everything else I put in there. So yeah, I'm on Discord, but oftentimes I'll sign up and somebody sent me a message 2 weeks ago. Hopefully they don't think I'm a jerk for not responding. All right, we'll say, yeah, we want to play first. Cool. I'm liking it. We'll keep. Be nice to have a bodyguard given what we're up against. But the Umbra is pretty cool. I think I'll favor the cat here just because it always feels like wasted mana. If you got like a mountain bolt here, it's like, all right, got another one next turn too. Then it's going to have an Umbra on it. Would really like to see Loran's escape, especially a plane drop here. And we're going to have an Umbra glitter turn. Tough. All right, that's enough lands for the rest of the game, please. To Umbra. And I'll drop the Bonesplitter, and I don't believe I'm going to play 2 artifacts for a while. In case, a lot of times people bring, you know, I really shouldn't play around Dust to Dust because it's not that good against me, so I shouldn't play around it. Ain't that good. All right. I kind of want this to be a enters play on tapped land so I can tell if they have Journey or not. No. So, hurting a little bit for mana, eh? Or we're done. I don't need any more mana. I would love a like a rancher or something, like a creature type farmer. It's like when it comes into play, remove any number of cards or lands from your deck for the exile them. I've always wanted to have that card. So you can play a few too many lands, you get to like 2 or 3 and you just eviscerate your deck and everything you draw is gas. Garrison showing up. All right. Well, they will have Ash's math, which I think. All right, I'm going to keep back Bonesplitter. Or do I want to do that? Or do I glitter the other thing? I could glitter the hawk. I want to put this out. Tough decision here. I know I don't want to do that. So it's either, do I put this on there? I do. I'm just going to go for it. Let's go. They got to have Journey. If they don't, this is just, it's going to get out of hand pretty quick. And again, if they got Dust to Dust, it's just naked here. I wish that would be downgraded. Of course, they give it to blue, though. White should have it. The land tax sort of arguments and such. And plus, just a white weenie style, as we've seen, about the only way that you can really hiccup just with your deck is just, it's about the card draw quality. Our creatures are great, spells are great, but if you draw too many lands, as we can see, that can happen. So. Okay, not many targets here. Guess you bring back a token. Awkward. But necessary, I guess. Alrighty. At 5/5, I'm feeling pretty good until Journey shows up. Let's top deck our one spell. Loran's Escape. Come on. Let's do it. Hey, I brought this in here for a reason. I got that little water nose from all the coffee I've been drinking. Woo! My wife is watching. Can you please make another pot of coffee? Not a big one. I've already had plenty, but oh boy, this just got very interesting. This is so tempting. You know they have a red spell, right? Let's go. Journey this, sucker. Woo! 12-10 first strike. Oh, at this point, you might want to zap your own Glint Hawk so I don't gain the life. Endless Horizons. Is that a rare? All right, Gingerbrute for the win. And we get around Prismatic. If they just pass the turn, we know what they're doing. Drawing a card. Okay. Yeah, if they attack with, like, keep one Inspector back and attack with those and just hold, we know that they've got Prismatic, which we have the answer for in Gingerbrute. Yeah, it was another thing that was asked of me in that little survey that we did on YouTube community tab was, you know, what card that I haven't mentioned would I downshift? And I would say Spellskite. I think that would be awesome in Pauper. Whoa! Oh, 1-9, I should have said. Good morning, back at ya. Although it's almost noon here. Come on. No more. Not one journey. Don't draw a journey. This is my all-in play, man. Come on now. Oh, man, if we top deck Benevolent Blessing. Whoo! Don't really need to at this stage. Will the Gingerbrute live? Even a Sentinel's Eyes would be a good pull here. Because we could put it on the Gingerbrute. Nah, that'd be kind of reckless. Hiya, Spellskite. Deciding if I want to go as Jack Burton, or Big Trouble in Little China, or Mr. Pickle. How cool. Well, it depends on the age group. Jack Burton's pushing it. You got to be half century or older, I think, to really get that one. Okay, cool. All they got is blockers. All right, Gingerbrute wins the game. Yeah, this is game 2. I lost the first one, right? I'll put the W down already, as Gingerbrute's going to make some goods here. Mr. Pickleball. Oh, boy, I just called it, didn't I? I mean, we just do this. Wah, wah, wah. Haste. Woo! Alrighty, there's that. I gotta use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. Yeah. Woo. All right. Target bladder has been emptied. Submit. Let's go. Three lands. All right, I like this a lot. Keep. No more lands. Three's enough. Two's enough. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Got to put up with that, I guess. We'll lead off with a cat in case they've got bolt. And if their second turn is the thing, we can, meaning like a, what do you call it? Ekhaert Wellspring or Lemboss or something like that. Usually their second turn's kind of filled up. So I can sneak an Umbra on that Healer's Hawk and hope for the best. I was like, interesting. How are you going to play that, a Fume Spitter? Gelsey, I'm doing that too. Galvanic Blast showing up. I've got a basic mountain showing up. Let's see. There it is. All right. Is it going to do it now? Cool. That's half a card. That's a 1 for 0.5. Wait, am I saying that right? Instead of a 1 for 1, it's a 1 for a 0.5. It's pretty funny. We'll put this out here. Oh boy. Let's keep our artifacts back for a sec. Bring out a hawk. I'll bring out the Umbra here. I'm gonna have to have like double bolt style stuff to kill it next turn. Yeah, it's just gonna be bodyguard glitter. Sounds like a strip club. What'd you come back with all this bodyguard glitter on you for? Good news. Come on, Lauren's escape. I really don't want to wait too long. The bodyguard glitter starring Kevin Costner and Mariah Carey. Yeah, we're having a Halloween bash here in town today. Should be a good time. Tempted to put on this cloak behind me. Well, it's actually behind my banners here. And one of my creepiest masks ever. It's just called the Moon Face. It's almost like a Michael Myers, but it's self-made and I'd say a lot creepier. I've had adults thank me for just, I don't say anything. I just walk around with this huge cowl and all you see is just this. It's almost like the Spirited Away creature, you know, just that white face. It's a lot scarier than that, but just that drippy robe. All right. Did they got Journey or not? That's kind of the question. Cool. We got options there. Let's go. I'm almost happy here if they have Dust to Dust. I mean, said no one ever, but I'll bring this out here. We've got Cure. We've got a plane. We almost don't, right? Throw glitters on this. I'll just hope that they don't got it. 6/6 for strike. Let's go. Soon to be a... What is that going to be? A 9/7 for strike? Courtesy of Bonesplitter. Sometimes people don't really... They look and they see, oh, he's got a bodyguard, so I can't use a journey. But if you really look, you're like, oh my God, it's a backbreaker play. I just have to let it resolve almost. I don't know if saving a healer's hawk here is really the play. It's kind of the only thing that works. I mean, they might have like a double Gal Blast. Because it doesn't work till right now. They need to have another mountain drop. Synthesizer shows up. I can accelerate right into that, I guess. It's another reason Boros can be kind of a pain. Our evasion is mostly flying, and they have plenty of flyers, and they're good flyers at that. So there's that. I thought we'd be done with the show by now. I'm glad we're not. Got a whole nother round after this. If you like this deck, I'm with you. I love it. Again, I could have stopped. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but I'm just, for all the questions I get about deck building out there, like, oh, where do you start? You know, I took a heroic list. I saw that it had the, you know, the bodyguard and the benevolent blessing style thing, and I started there, and I just kept trimming and trimming and trimming, and before you know it, it's just able to do the thing. Do I use a cure here? I think I do. I'll say this target, and I'll tap this. I'll say 4 damage avoided. Surprise! There's always this huge pause with Orim's Cure. Nobody plays it. If red wasn't a thing, I wouldn't play it, but man, it is so good right now. It's pretty much like a force of will in Pauper when you're playing this style. It's like they got that one little drop on you, like, nope. But remember, you got to have a plane, and it almost bit us there with that that option there. All right, let's bring out the cat. We'll bring out a Thopter. I'll equip the hell out of this. Boom. Might as well gain 11 life here. Oh, I thought glitter. Oh, that's right. Counts it once it's already out. So I was doing the math after the fact. Never mind. All right. Either lose a Skyfisher or face the consequences. Okay. Life total getting pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Oh, I know that card's a beast. Cost 2 though. I know we've been flooded a lot today at only 16 lands, but there are plenty of games I win with 1 mana, and I have tried that. There's just, especially when you're a monocolor like that, there's just 10,000 cards that almost make the cut. But at 2 minutes, I do say, I know I've said that on the show before, that Great Sword of Tyr is like one of those cards that just, you think like, and then when you play it, you're like, whoa! It's got that going for it in spades. Yeah, our opponent's really playing smart here. They're going to just be able to keep trading until they find their journey. We really need to find our Loran's escape, or it's kind of our only answer for a journey here. Bodyguard technically works, but don't be a journey. Don't be a journey. Don't even think of the card journey. Lightning bolt. Don't mind that. Going to target our bodyguard. Not sure if they understand the journey math here. I totally disagree, Dreamer Stingo. Please play this list. Right now, I want to draw Sentinel's Eyes. I always want to draw Sentinel's Eyes. Believe me, the first build had, I think, 1 or 2 in it. And every time I saw that card, I'm like, damn, that won the game. We don't have access, we do have access to Journey. We're not playing it. And so that give and go with a first strike flying, with this first strike flying, lifelink 10-8. If it has vigilance, nighty-night. 1 card in their deck can save them a Journey. There is nothing in white. I have searched. I've probably spent, I'm not exaggerating, 4 straight 24-hour days over the years, decades of Pauper, looking for an answer in white to draw more than like 1 card or scry more than once. Or there's Chrome. I remember there's one like that. And all right, so I'm going to lose both unless I do this. Boop. I'll say red. That way we keep it 1 for 1, and we don't have our. Here we go. Booyah. Okay, well, that's got to be frustrating for our opponent. We'll do that, and I think we're going to equip here. I want to get some damage in here. Let's go. He wants to trade there. Cool, take 8. He only wanted to equip. Well, this is good news. I'll do that. Okay. Dust to dust here on both dens. That'd be a bit of a setback. Maybe if we draw glitters, but other than that, everything we play costs 1, so. Gosh, dang it. This is really getting me nervous because this is seeing 2 extra cards a turn, as everybody knows. Synthesizer showing up, revealing Gal Blast. We've seen quite a few. Dawnbringer Cleric. Where you been all my life? Why aren't they going to play that? Are they thinking Bodyguard stops Cleric from targeting an enchantment? I hope so. I didn't even see. They've been holding that for like 4 turns, that means. Because we saw this last turn, this turn. 47, we don't have much to worry about. They've got another one right behind that. So, all right. Okay. Experimental synthesizer. Yeah, loud music lets your neighbors know what you're up to, so we can see what they're doing. But yeah, the great sword argument too is, our protection suite usually is able to get through our bodyguard or the flying. And Boros, it might be a thing, but that's only if they got the 1 blocker. And it's usually our vigilance, first strike, whatever. Hasn't been an issue too much. Loran's escape. Come on. Yep. All right. We'll pretend we drew it. Here we go. Tempted to attack with bodyguard, so I get in for something here. go to 57. Mystery card in hand. All right. Really like to see Sentinel's Eyes show up. Just throw it on either, even the Ornithopter here for a breath weapon. That way it's only a 1-for-1 card. Of course, I guess you can just sacrifice Bodyguard and it's still a 1-for-1. So I'd put it on the Healer's Hawk after thinking about it for 10 seconds. Gotta take a commercial break here. Got a cool little swamp promo that's pretty creepy. Given that it is the holidays of... Okay, I think we've run them out of flyers. 3 Skyfishers in the yard. Clark Can Shaman doing absolutely nothing. Why would you not play Dawnbringer? Did he exile it somehow? Oh, it's exiled. That's right, it's not the revealed card. These are the exiled ones. Okay. Big deal. A 1-for-1, huh? Well, if this is going to die, I might as well give this pro, what, red? Just reading that wrong. This is match 4, yes. We beat Fairies. We lost to Mardu. Close one. We beat Golgari, and now we're 50-50 against another sort of Boros style here, minus the swamps this time. This is interesting. Does he not realize it has flying? I've seen this happen quite a bit with people. I mean, he's just going to kill his own dude. I'll call red here, just in case they've got a bolt persuasion. All my stuff flies, dude. Woo! Alrighty, we pull even. Well, no, we're 2-1. And we're going to have some fun with some swamps. I love this promo. Hope you do too. Be back in just a bit.
Confess your worst plays to the Suture Priest. Comment below. Yeah.
We're back. Alrighty, here we go. Last game, folks. All the spooky stuff almost out of the way. Let's see if we can go 4-1 on the day, which is what I was thinking at worst case scenario, but saying that, I'll probably crash and burn. I was eating at IHOP the other day and saw they have 5 different flavors of Planewalker's pancakes. MTG endorsed. Interesting. Touch of Moonglove. Yeah, I have actually messed around with that card. What is this good against, this hand? Not much. I got double Bodyguard back up. We're on the draw. I'm going to mulligan this. Come on. Here we go. That's much better. Keeping this. What do we throw back? Maybe the Scourge. Let's go like that. Keep it pure. There's an MTG cereal. Field Surgeon's one of my favorites, Winfro. Very underplayed card. Very underplayed card. feel like they're typing something to me. Let's see. Nope, they're just being slow. Alrighty, let's see. Okay. All right. Ooh, this will be interesting. Prismatic City. We'll probably lose this first one unless this gets really out of control with our hawk, which we hope it does. Let's go. Keeping us in it. Oh, we've got our little Naya's restaurant with Elf on the Shelf and some pancakes. So we've already got that one. Dreamer's Tango. Which I usually only run in the fall. Everybody says, oh, you can run it all the time. I'm like, it feels pretty holiday-esque. All right, that tells us a lot. That's the only creature they have. So let's make it a thing each time. We don't need no Armadillo Cloak. Our life gain is built in. Woo! Come on, let's draw all that glitters. Who can do it first? What's cool is we can just sit back unless Trample shows up and sit on our sacred cat. Or what am I talking about? All right, cool. Well, sometimes they just don't get there, and being monocolor gets you there. So Hex, W, and this is all about Prismatic Strands because we swing, they swing, life swings, etc. Standard Bear is going to be really good against them. That's 6 cards, quite a bit. We don't need Umbras at all. It's not going to be much blocking going on or removal at that point. These are a little bit more late game. I'll go like this, and you know what? Yeah, let's do that. Dun 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 dun! Hurrah! Here we go. Okay, we've got quite a bit of protection here. Although I don't like this hand, this doesn't feel like we have enough. I haven't looked at the new set of cards recently. It just seems like a super reprint special. We've got 2 lands. We're on the draw. We've got 1 critter. I'm going to keep this, guys. 1 more land, and we've got like 4 turns of... if they have like the nuts, we can just stay alive for so long. With 4 Prismatic Strands. I mean, it's 2, but you know what I mean. Get a white creature and it's... All right. I'm liking the new art for Slippery Bogle. Okay, there we go. There we go. Boop. We'll do this, this, and this. Pop. 1 more land and we're good. Especially with Sentinel's Eyes. Prismatic Strands and Sentinel's Eyes. Another nice little combo. You can attack and still activate Strands end of turn. Can't do that when you're running 1 or 2. I guess you can, but it's much less likely. It'd be funny to play Orim's Cure here and just be like, block, sack, bink, pow. So what does Poison Dark Frog do? Like shoot something for 1, I'd imagine? Reach, temp, and... Huh. Is that a reprint? Even here, it's like this is only hitting for 2 because of our lifelink. Wondering if it's worth sitting back on Benevolent Blessing here. All right, so we got there. I don't think so. I'm going to throw this on here. Next turn, we've got... what am I trying to say? We've got Prismatic for days. So, here we go. We get 2 life back. We don't need spells. Our creatures have lifelink. If you've done the math of just like how much life this list can gain, it's hard to fathom because, you know, everything's kind of relative with attacking and what enchantment's on it. But even when you start stacking up Gingerbrute too, it's like, so it seems unbeatable, right? Nope. They still don't have a way of gaining life here. So we just gain 2, sit back on Strands. We might not even have to use, yes we do. Yeah, we do. Gotta use Strands. Okay, there's that. Even a ram through here. We've got the, thanks to Sentinel's Eyes, we're able to cast Strands twice if we need to. One of those decks that this seems so unbeatable right now, but I've just gotten a calmness of mind when it comes to combat math and stuff, especially with Prismatic. And I've played thousands of games in this scenario where it just seems unbeatable, and it's just like nighty night. Yep. Unless he gets Vigilance on that, I'm good to go. Boop, boop, boop. No life for you for quite a while. Say green. Who beats a 21-19 first strike trample? I do. Now I can put Blessing on that. That'd be funny, huh? Well, let's, just in case they've got some sort of shenanigans, we'll do this. We'll go here, call, I guess, green. I guess they got some sort of tricknologies. Green. That way I can get 2 on my turn too. Might be relevant so that we can eventually maybe not block attack. Got them to this. That'll be another attacker. $21 coming over. We'll do the thing here. Calling this. Gain 2 life by blocking it. We'll say green doesn't happen. Now that that's worked, now we block. Boop, boop, boop. This little bits will add up. All of a sudden we're at 14. That's at 14. Another critter. Silhana, the window cleaning mama. I think that's one of the very first promos we've ever done. Oh, does nothing. Still can't block me. Unfortunately, we have to stay back because of our mana restraints. I can block Silhana. Can't do much else. I'll do that. Dun, dun, dun. If we just draw any good spell in the next 2 turns, we should be fine. Like all that glitters ourselves. It'd be nice if our standard bear showed up, right? I think 2 is just right. Cartouche has entered the building. All right. That represents a little worry. If they top deck like a Ancestral Mask and they put it on the warrior token, that might be a thing. As they come over for 27 and we say nope. I don't know why they're holding back on that. Green. There's a lot of tricks to, get rid of enchantments, but in the end, Prismatic's just so damn good. We'll gain 2 here. Might as well go up to 18. There might be a time when we can actually afford to not block for a turn. In the meantime, we might as well gain the life when we can. Coming on back to healthy mode, but that's not even a thing against these sort of styles. That's frustrating. Well, we're going to just load up. Let's go. Bodyguard. That might have been a misplay. Maybe I should have played the guy. I think I'll go attack, call. Oh no, that's a misplay. I'll say white. I mean green. What am I talking about? Green. Bit of a misplay. I forgot about the token. So that's like total today, maybe a half a punt. All right, cool. Never mind. Still at 10% punt for that earlier play. I forgot what that was, but so we win next turn. Courtesy of, well, no, that Vigilant token might be a pain. We can get him for 4 right now. This shows the power of Prismatic. We might not win this one, but I had no business getting it to the end game, right? This is just ridiculous. So now we can flash this back. Boop. I'll call green. Double blocking 4 life. Almost got them. If it wasn't for that darn token, we'd have it because Bodyguard. No, never mind. Boop. Yeah, because Bodyguard on Cat. I forget. I thought that Sacred Cat was just another enchantment on there. 25. Can almost take something. What's this? Oh, it'd be really nice if... I don't want to even think about Standard Bearer. Get that out of your mind. Let's see, another Gingerbrute maybe? That'd be pretty cool. Of course. Let's go. If I call that to there... We'll say haste. That puts us at 4. We'll say green, which won't really work. That'll trade, and they'll have a creature left over to block. We'll say green. We'll attack here, get them to 1, unless they forget to block. Said no one ever. I can replay the cat. Yeah. Looks like they still got this one. Unless they just draw really, really bad. If they draw a land, we're still in this because we can block Selhana, take 27, and thanks to all my blocking when it didn't seem like we should, that's the only reason this might work if they top deck a land. But it doesn't look like they did. Yikes. That's not good. Probability went from pretty good to like, ouch. Yep, that's over. They got there. That's frustrating. Yep. Well done. Way to stay in there. And we're dead. Well, just to do it, I'll go like this. Haha, I can block you all day long, sucker. First strike. All right. 1-1. Good. I'm glad it wasn't a blowout. Let's see. Umbra's are gone. Which I think is good. Cure's gone. That's gone. Brute Squad felt pretty good there. I mean, Gingerbrute. I think maybe even more than a Bonesplitter. Standard Bearer turn 2, game 3. Let's hope. All right, let's put it between the den and the cats. I think that's good. And we'll put the Ornithopter between glitters. 1 glitter through the 7th plane. Pow! This is it, folks. Are we going to go 4-1 or 3-2? Either way. It's been a pretty outside of the tokens list, which I think was wildly competitive. Just because it's a rogue doesn't mean it's not a good deck. Yeah, I want to play first. 2 lands. Woo! Woo! Oh, this gets better and better. Yeah, baby. We'll keep this. Just really want to draw glitters here. We don't have a white creature, so this isn't as good as you think. That's about as good as I could play that last game, other than attacking into the 1/1 white guy. Almost had enough to survive that last attack. Almost. Could I have? No, because that was 3. So I could have been at -1 at the end of that if I would have blocked with the cat. Yep, don't have a white creature. Well observed for sure. Let's go. Here we are with this. She's got Nature's Claim or something, right? Pow. There we are. Sentinel's Eyes on that. Yeah, Sentinel's Eyes. Benevolent Blessing, calling green, and then we just block, unless, they've got 8 cards with Rancor and Armadillo Cloak to get around that, but hopefully by then our Prismatic Strands is online and we're in a healthy life total. Even here, if they kind of draw dead, Ornithopter just blocks this all day long. So our life total gets bigger and bigger. Come on, Standard Bearer, where you at? I think their life's better now. Life making happener coming over. Woo! It's a white weenie deck that kills you with brown cards, black cards, and white cards. It's diversified. Should I block that? Not anymore. Damn trample. Come on. Standard Bearer, where you at? Even here, I can block with Vigilance and kind of keep their life hitting me to 1 if that shows up. I think that's the play. There's no reason to show it now in case they've got some sort of trick. It's getting away from us here. We needed to not draw that. We're going to call green on that. What is this? Ouch. That really, really hurts. Okay. Well, we'll do this on here. Call green. Now I don't want to see Standard Bearer. I want to see a plane just so I can stay alive here. Instead of taking 9, we take 7 and take 5 because after the life gain here. Boop. There we are. Come on now. All we need is our own all that glitters. And then it's just good times. Glitters. Nope. Whole lot of nothing. This is getting grim quick. Plenty of options here. Gain 2 more life here. Come on over. Can always block with Ornithopter too, but God, if we just draw glitters or another plane, we might be able to get there. Ouch. God, that hurts. Still in it. This next turn, we really want to draw land here. Boom. I was considering with the cat, but we got to keep it back for prismatic shenanigans here. Booyah. 24. Woo-wee. Come on now. I usually have a pretty good record against hexproof. All right. See if I can make this true. Boom, boom, boom. Come on, glitters. Watch, this is when we draw standard bearer. Really need glitters. Come on, we only have 4 of them in the deck. What do you want from me? You want me to cheat? Hack into the system? So obvious what our call is here. There's that. More wanton life gain, recklessness, nastiness. Boop, boop, boop. Call green. So far from winning here. Need to top deck a glitter badly, followed by maybe another glitter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we'd only need a 2-turn clock with glitter. Come on, glitter. Show up. Let's go. Do not attack with cat. Now I can attack with cat. Attack! Might be better to keep Gingerbrute back for the life gain, right? We gain 3. Jeez, oh, Pizzo, this is getting rough. Yeah, like the Patreon Scorn or something right now. What would you call white? But that would get rid of our stuff. Green, get rid of Trample. That'd probably be the best call. I just don't like those spells when it comes to just you don't want to overboard in a style like this. You got to keep things aggro, and Prismatic just serves so many masters. Really think it's the way to go. All right, this is getting redonkulous. It's pretty obvious what we're going to do here. We're going to gain 3 life after we trip this. I'm going to block first in this case. Block, block. Call green. Another Prismatic would be really nice. Yeah, we'll tap this. We'll say green. Boop up. Coming up on 3 hours. I thought this would be like a 2-hour show. I'm glad. It's Halloween. I got nothing to do. Come on. Anything but land. Let's get a glitter or a prismatic. 16 of them, my friends. Ain't enough. They got us. 3 and 2 on the day. Let's see if we would have bodyguard. Come on, where's our stuff? All right, all right, all right. Strange Flood with 16 lands. It seems really improbable. Not quite sure how I would treat this. I know we were talking about, oh, this is that time of the day when we say
Darkness falls across the land.
Sorry about that. Wrong key. Thanks to Chimpskey, I will have to say I am thinking about the Doomed Traveler. Doomed Traveler. Always a good little card. When it dies, get a flying token. Still not 24. This actually says 28 because of our Sacred Cat. About 1 in 10 games I feel like I might need something like that, but there's so many other games when I still feel like Bonesplitter would be the thing. I'm pretty set in this list. It's going to take a really like multiple outing argument because I've played this deck so many times and I've had so much success with it. We only went 3-2 today, but easily could have been 4-1. And yeah, it's very draw dependent. White's, you know, the benefit of white is you get these crazy creatures, flying lifelink, you know, protect everything and blah, blah, blah. But the drawback is there's no real built-in draw, which is why I made Brute Squad, which can draw cards. But then you're set on diversifying your threats into multicolored palettes and trying to utilize colors. So that's going to cost you some speed. We didn't really see too many. I've had some insane games where I dropped two of these, one of these, and then, you know, the next turn it's all that glitters with bodyguard backup, and I think we actually saw one or two of those in the games that we played. But anyway, guys, that's it for today. We'll be back every Saturday for the rest of the year until next year. Same time, same place, 9 a.m. Please spread the word, spread the love, do all that stuff. Going to go out with another supporter thingy and then our little Halloween thing. But until next week, this is Deluxekoff. This is Thopter Deluxe. Highly recommend this build. Love y'all. See you soon. Adios. Woo!